everyone, welcome back to another Saturday art stream. A little late tonight, sorry. I was out all day, and then I was doing stuff with friends when I got back. So a little bit of a delay. I also didn't get like a whole lot of sleep. It's just been kind of a low energy day. Yeah, I'll be waiting on my boyfriend to get home, and I'll put on some videos for you guys to watch while I work. In the meantime, I'll have music requests open, and I'm gonna be playing some chill video game beats while I work. I'll get that pulled up in just a second. Making sure I have all my things ready. Not a whole lot to report tonight. Just gonna get into it. Oh yeah, I need to change my bike funds thing to something else. I'll do that later. Let me turn on the AC before I start too. Okay, there we go. Hope everyone's doing alright tonight. And let me see. I want to play a very specific song on here. There it is. Oh, I didn't want you to go to the YouTube page. I wanted you to play it. Now what are you doing? Ah, great. It switched the order. God damn it. Fine, I'll just play it on its own. Oh. Click in all the wrong tabs. Sorry. Okay, my volume's fine. Turn that down just a bit. There we go. I guess I don't need to do that. Man, it makes me want to play Frontiers again. I do still need to stream the DLC. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that. Hey, hey, Scarlet. Okay. I had quite a busy day as well. Sister and I went to go get pizza, then we hung out in the cemetery for a bit, just walking around. Our roommates, my roommates met up with us, and we just kind of walked around. And then we got home, watched some videos, and then we watched the new Silent Hill. It's okay. I was expecting it to be awful. It was actually alright. You went to the NASA Space Museum? That's cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for Severin to get home, and then I'm gonna be playing some videos. Right now, like, we're just chilling out, listening to my nature walk playlist, as I like to call it. There's no way 6 minutes went up already. That's crazy. Okay. Why is that muted? We saw some giant rockets. Nice. Let me see if the audio's still good. Yeah. Maybe I can, like, turn it down just a smidge. Why is it so loud on stream? Alright, that should be fine. I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm tired too. I woke up early so that I could do things, and I didn't have coffee this morning. I had some while we were watching the movie, so that's helped, but kind of a low energy day. I wanted to put my model kit together, but I didn't really have the energy to be on camera and entertain tonight. So I'll do that next week. Also, it's probably like for the best that I work on stuff I owe for people anyway. It's like next time. We saw a movie called Undertone. What's that? Too bad Severn's not here to listen to the Monster Boy goodness. That could be a cool game to stream. It's been a while since I first played it. It was one that Severn bought me. It's a game that he really likes. He kind of helped walk me through it. But maybe I'll stream that at some point. Oh yeah, the classic we throw at the party. Summer Forest, baby. I didn't get a chance to get on this topic tonight, but relaying information on stuff, like a general idea of stuff I'm going to stream this year. And I didn't really have anything planned for September other than like there's most likely going to be a Mad Rat stream. And I might play Sheep Raider. But I was kind of thinking, if I'm not busy in September, like, if I'm not in Texas by then, maybe that would be a good time to stream the Spyro games, finally. Because I love Spyro. I've been trying to pick the right moment to stream it. I've streamed quite a lot of games. I could have, like, easily streamed a lot more. But I'm kind of... you know, it's never a bad time to stream Spyro. Like, I do the trilogy and maybe later on, like, delve into the other games. So I quite like Hero's Tale, actually. Yeah. Just, I want to save up for a bus ticket to go see my boyfriend at some point this year, and I don't know when I would actually be going over there. I think, like, I don't know, it kind of just... Whatever month I'm not doing stuff in. Because, like, I have stuff planned for October. Because the last time I came to visit in November, and that was pretty ideal because the weather was starting to get cool. But I could try going over there earlier and just dealing with the heat. If it means, like, we get to hang out sooner. And, depending on when that'll be... Yeah, I don't know. I need to save up money, though, before I think about that, but... Anyway, whatever month doesn't get stuff streamed, I'll, like, substitute it for later. I don't know if I really, like... I don't remember the last time I drew the moon in one of these pictures. I think what I should do... Put the lines in here. See if that does... Oops. See if that does anything. Oh my god. What are you doing over there, Lotus? Hey, baby, there you are. I was just talking about plans to visit you. And, like, what my stream schedule would look like depending on which month I'm able to come over there. How, like, I didn't really have anything planned for September except, like, a Mad Rat stream and maybe Sheep Raider, and that'd be a good time to stream Spyro. Unless I'm in Texas by September. I don't know. Or November, or the earliest I can get money to come see you. It's like... whatever. Stream every night or I sleep outside. What is it? What do you mean? I couldn't stream every night. I don't have the energy for that. I barely have the energy to stream 2 or 3 times a week. I need time for myself. Away from people. Let me guess. Yeah, I thought so. How are you doing tonight? I want to let this song finish up before I switch over to videos. Maybe not. Maybe let the next song play too. Like, getting in the zone first. You're gonna stream Nick Tennessee 9, I'll play with you? You know what? If that's what you want to do when I come visit, we can probably set that up. I hope that game doesn't require the L2 button. I disagree with the naming scheme for what it actually is called for Xbox controllers, but like, what's supposed to be the L2 button is, broken. I don't know if I told you this, yet. Like, you knew I was having controller issues. Specifically, the quote-unquote L2 button on my Xbox controller, that's my slime button. And it doesn't work anymore. I had to remap it to my taunt button, which is L1 basically. And like, I don't think DRG uses the L2 button, so I can still play DRG. I tried hooking up my PS4 controller to it. The whole reason why I got an Xbox controller, like, with a wire is because I was having connection issues with my PS4 controller. Like, it'll say it's disconnected even though it's not, and using a wire to hook it up doesn't work either. I do mash too hard, and that's probably why it's broken, but I think I can take it apart and fix it. Cause like Sam brought that up. Cause like that's my Sonic controller, and I didn't even get to use it all that much. I bought it this year. So like I'm gonna be very sad if there's a button already broken on it. Maybe you should take me apart, I'm broken. Yeah, so am I. Okay, that's interesting. That doesn't have grass bits on it. That's just dirt. I guess I can keep that. I don't know. Oh my god, really? I was also saying, like, I need to change my, oops. I need to change my bike fund goal to, the new thing, since I have the money for that. I just need to go get it now. But yeah. Gotta finish up this current queue of commissions, and start saving up for the next big thing. Oh, is that Ape Escape? Damn. That's unfortunate. Okay. Forgot my hotkeys. Okay, give me a second. I have to reposition everything. I think that's good. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so loud.
So we're at 5. We're at the home stretch, Jay.
Oh my god, we've been at this for 8 hours.
I know.
My number 5 is the gift, which we talked about.
Okay. I have a simple plan.
Oh, I love that band.
I'm shocked I put this that high.
I'm surprised you put this that high too, because
It violates my normal criteria. It does.
as I say, you don't like depressing movies.
I don't like depressing movies, but nice story of just corruption. good people becoming bad people. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting movie, and I never want to watch it again.
Dude,
It's a
I
good
feel
character
that.
drama, and
Yes.
It's a good. This is Sam Raimi at his most. Like, see, I can make a Coen Brothers movie because this is, you know, obviously it takes place in the winter. It's very Fargo-like. The difference being though that like, because this is a similar thing where it's these kind of lower class characters, kind of inept when it comes to the world of crime. And if this was a Coen Brothers movie, that would be played for laughs. And this movie is
Yes.
very straight. It's very dramatic.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
And it subverted my expectations in a way that was interesting and pleasant, rather than just subverting my expectations for the sake. Because when we first get to the introduction of the money, with the introduction of the plot, we're going to keep this money. I wrote down, these people are too stupid for this plan to work, which I suppose is the point. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
But really, it was the smartest one in the group who ended up becoming the most corrupted. I wrote down here somewhere. I was like a quote I really liked because it summarizes the movie. Nobody would ever believe you'd be capable of doing what you've done. He just seems like a really nice, affable guy. You'd never believe he's capable of doing what he's doing. Just that temptation for the money, it was too much.
That temptation for the money.
And by the end of the movie, he's responsible for multiple deaths.
Yes. Yes.
And it does sound so simple at first. All they have to do, they find this plane. It's crashed in
A
the
simple
woods,
plan, if you will.
filled with money. They assume it's drug dealer money, and they think, well, we can just keep this money, right? This sounds so simple. We're gonna keep the money for the spring, and if nobody comes fishing around that plane, well, it's our money then. And it's not that simple at all.
That's why the titles.
That's why the titles. Yeah.
Well, also the fact that his wife, they have a new baby. She kind of eggs him on.
I got a tape of confessing to Stevenson's murder.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
In a way that you would not expect.
Another subversion of expectations. You would expect the wife to be the voice of reason. No, you can't do this. What are you doing?
She's the devil on his shoulder.
She's the devil on his fucking shoulder. She's the worst of them all. You've got to frame your friend. You got to
Although
frame
she's
your brother's
also-
friend. You have to do it.
To the points that they get, she's also being the smartest about it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're in this situation, now we have to deal with it, so you should try doing this. Like, she's trying to be logical, and that's the thing too, is like, that idea that like, yeah, okay, we gotta deal with this issue. Oh no, that leads to another issue. We gotta deal with that issue. How it's like, how things can spiral out of control, and you can try and justify it, and that's the whole movie, is that it just leads to more and more complications.
Dear, I feel evil.
So I have this so high on my list just because I find all of this very interesting. It's
Yeah.
just a little character study,
A moral dilemma.
a moral dilemma. And watch their arcs. It's very fascinating. I never want to see it again though, because it is painful watching what happens to them.
Especially because Billy Bob Thornton's character, he's simple. He's
Yeah.
a very simple man,
Yeah.
to say.
And I know what you mean.
And there's that great, all the acting is great.
I love it when he said, "I'm gonna be happy now," right?
Yeah.
Ooh, it hurt. It hurt my soul.
This might be my favorite performance by him. He's really, really good in it. Everybody's good in it. And that's the thing too about watching all these Sam Raimi movies kind of like together, is realizing how many really, really good actors he's worked
Yeah.
with. I always think of him as like, oh, Bruce Campbell,
Yeah.
being goofy.
Oh,
Between
Bruce
this and, like,
Campbell.
Kate Blanchett and The Gift, like everybody that he's worked with, some of these movies, he's really gotten like some of the best performances out of them. Like I mentioned, Keanu Reeves is so good in The Gift. I put down. Now I can talk about the rabbit hole I went down while watching this.
Oh, okay, rabbit hole. Ooh, interesting.
Because the most tense scene in the movie is there's Billy Bob Thornton and his brother's Bill Paxton. They're the two brothers, and then they have their other friend. Brent Briscoe is the actor's name, who showed up in Spider-Man 2 briefly. But it's the three of them.
Ooh,
They're the ones
Briscoe.
find
That
the
reminds
money.
me of something I need
And
to
they
show
decide
stream.
that they're going to get Brent Briscoe drunk and record him, audio record him confessing to this murder. And then, of course,
Which even
spirals out of
sounds
control.
like a stupid plan.
Yeah,
Right?
but it makes sense in their heads.
Yeah.
Like the way they're gonna do it makes sense. And that whole scene is so tense because you're not sure who Billy Bob Thornton is gonna side with. He kind of starts making fun of Bill Paxton, and it's like, oh, he's not gonna,
But he's actually being really smart.
but he's being really clever. And then Brad Briscoe's wife shows up, and it turns into a whole thing, and it turns into a big shootout. It's like the best scene. It's a very tense scene. But I'd seen this movie a few times, and I always remembered that the wife was played by one of the actresses from the original Evil Dead. I was like, oh, that's cool. After all this time, Sam Raimi is still working with these actors, and I always thought that was neat. But then I went to look at the IMDb for this movie, and that is not the actress from Evil Dead.
Oh my
The actress from Evil
god.
Dead is Betsy Baker. And so I was like, oh, I could swear that it looks like her. Like, if you see what she looks like as an older lady, it looks like her. So Linda in Evil Dead is Betsy Baker. This actress is Becky Baker.
Oh,
No relation.
no relation.
No relation whatsoever. But she is married to Dylan Baker, who plays Dr. Connors in the Spider-Man movies.
Oh my god, what?
So it just became like a big tangled spider
Oh,
web.
incestuous web.
Yeah. She takes a shotgun just like Linda in Evil Dead. That's a shocking moment. She goes flying into the kitchen cabinets. Oh, the only other note I put about A Simple Plan, there's a certain point towards the end, they're in Bill Paxton's kitchen. For some reason, he has a picture of Lou Ferrigno in his fridge.
He's just a fan.
He just like the Incredible Hulk TV show?
He was at a convention, just unrelated reasons for something else. But Lou Ferrigno's at all the conventions.
It's true.
Just there, I'll take pity. I'll buy a photo. And then in the end, they get nothing. So they
Oh,
find
yes.
out the money's marked.
You get
So
nothing.
All of it.
You
All of
lose.
it's for nothing.
All of it's for nothing. That's what I always remember, even before rewatching this. I had it burned into my brain, that part at the end where he's just throwing the money
Yeah.
into the fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Sounds
for
bleak.
nothing.
I'm gonna watch it.
Like, still trying to stop him from doing it.
It made me feel things, which movies rarely
It
ever
made
make
me
feel
feel
something, Which is
things.
why I have this as high as it is.
Sure.
I felt bad for these people.
Yeah. Especially Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Like, he's such a simple man. He's not very bright.
Simple
There's
man
that great part in
with
the
a
car where
simple
he's talking about the girl that
plan.
went on a date with him in high school because her friends.
How
paid
could
her
this
to do it.
happen to
I
me?
still
Cool, but
enjoy
she
it
was nice
anyway.
to me. Yeah.
Because nobody's ever been that kind to him. That is kindness to him. Yeah, no.
Great movie, great performances. I should have put that higher on my list.
I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't.
I have no faith
I
in
should have put
anyone.
that higher
Don't-
on my
don't worry,
list.
Jay. My list is the one that's going to get picked apart. Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
My number 4 is Drag Me to Hell.
Okay. My number 4,
Ooh.
Army of Darkness.
Oh no, there it is.
Wrong book.
We did a whole commentary track for Army of Darkness. I don't know what else there is to say about it.
We've said everything we can say about this movie.
It peaks in the first act, unfortunately.
That is the reason that this isn't like number 2 or something. It is responsible for some of the greatest lines in cinema history.
This is my boomstick.
I have a feeling Boomstick gets like almost overlooked. This becomes so common to refer to a shotgun as a boomstick. I don't think people realize that when he calls it a boomstick in this, it's a joke.
Oh yeah, they say that because these are dummies.
Yes. Well, it's a dummy treating everyone around them. It's a dummy treating everyone around him like they're dummies when they're probably smarter than he is.
Oh sure, but that's that arrogance.
Yes, he's got this wonderful. This is when Bruce Campbell found out what he does well. This is when that kind of arrogant,
Yeah.
smug.
Yeah, it is weird because he's not, throughout the course of these 3 movies, he's not a consistent character.
No,
First
he's
movie,
entirely
generic.
different in every movie.
Yeah, first movie, generic, just college guy. He's not even really the protagonist until everybody else
College
is dead.
guy.
And then he's just like the protagonist because there's no one else there. And then the second movie, there's a little bit of that smarminess.
Yeah, but he's mostly just a goofy.
Yeah, it's a lot more physical. And then this movie is the Bruce Campbell persona. that everybody knows.
A mixture of arrogance and stupidity.
Yeah.
Latu, Miranda.
But he does one thing very well, which is kill monsters. That's his strength. As dumb as he is, he's very adept at killing monsters.
Yo, she bitch. Let's go.
You got some, I don't think we've talked about the Sam Raimi point of view shots, like the arrow. He does that a lot.
Sneeze.
Oh yeah, the inanimate objects.
Yes, and it's always comically exaggerated, because there's no way it would take an arrow that long to find its mark.
But it's
it works.
funny.
There's some of that in that stuck out to me in rewatching Crime Wave when Bluto gets into Louise Lasser's apartment and she's throwing like dishes at him.
Yeah.
They come at him so slow. But visually, it's funny.
No, yeah, it's a
It's
cinematic
funny.
exaggeration.
Yeah, the inanimate object point of view shots.
But then here it's immediately followed up with the extraordinarily long, like trucking panning shot back to Bruce Campbell. But before out of the first act, I just want to say the hag fight is probably one of my favorite action scenes ever made. And it's all just the energy of his fucking editing and camera work.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the actual fight isn't anything amazing.
It's a simplistic fight, but just the way it's filmed makes it feel like the most exciting, most energetic thing that has ever happened.
Yeah. It's really
that whole
good.
scene was, and it's funny because that's Sam Raimi thinking on his feet. That was the result of we don't have the budget to do the scene that we were planning to do, which was going to be much more elaborate with these big pillars, and the hag was going to knock down the pillars.
Somebody takes a log and throws this log and jams it down her throat, and then her face swells up and she spits the log out.
And they didn't have any.
Holy
they ran out of
shit.
money. They ran out of time to do it. So they just had like a 2-wall little castle set. And
Yeah.
shook the camera a lot. And it works. It's one of the best parts of the movie.
Super effective.
Yeah.
If the entire movie were like up to that scene, if the entire movie were like that first act, it would 1 or 2 on my list.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the middle of the movie.
I like the middle of the movie in the same way I like the third act of the original Evil Dead, where it's like, oh, it's just Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi messing around.
Hey, what's that you got on your face?
Being creative with the camera work. But you're missing all the fish out of water stuff, which is the best stuff in the movie.
Your entire premise of the movie is Ashes in medieval times. Instead, now for the middle of the movie, he's just alone and they're doing Evil Dead 2 again. It's Evil Dead 2, but without the blood gore.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
PG-13 Evil Dead 2, and nobody's interested in PG-13 Evil Dead 2. we have Evil Dead 2.
I think that's also, it might have been a budget thing, too. Because, the opening has all these extras, and there's the big castle set, and then obviously the climax of the movie is a big fight, big battle between the skeletons and our main characters. So I think it was like, we don't have enough money left over to do anything cool in the middle. We'll just have Bruce Campbell run around. I don't know.
They needed to go full like D&D adventuring party, full Lord of the Rings. Arthur needed to be there. They'd find some reason for Eric the Red to be there.
Yeah.
You have Ted Raimi. He's like a squire that's getting shit on by the knights. The blacksmith's there. You just keep these characters around with Ash because that fish out of water and him interacting with them. That's what they should have been doing.
I don't know. Play into tropes. Play into fantasy movie tropes, because that's the joke. It's a fantasy story with Bruce Campbell as your lead.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
If I were feeling really crazy and ballsy, I might have just had like a fantasy.
I mean, I like the bits where Ash just goes completely insane. Just shows how these ordeals really mess with his head. Because, I mean, the way I see it, because, like, they keep rewriting what actually happened in the first movie. To eventually he says, like, oh yeah, I was there by myself, and, I was reading this book, and I sealed the demon away, but in turn, I got sent back to the medieval ages. Like, first it was like, yeah, it was me and my friends, and my sister, and my girlfriend, and then it was just me and my girlfriend, and then now he's saying, no, it was just me, I went there alone, by myself, on my own accord. Like, these instances are doing shit to his head. And, I think it's funny just seeing him go insane in random little bursts of the film. Like, the bit where he's fighting with the skeleton hands is really funny. He's coping. Yeah, that and yeah, he didn't mention anything about the people who came to the cabin to look for the girl's parents. No mention of them in the beginning of Army of Darkness. Just, yeah, I was there by myself, and I went insane, and I had to seal a demon away and all that. Like Ash, I think you're having, like, memory issues. Like, you've been in the darkness for too long. The Deadites have been fucking with your head.
Elf joined the group for no good reason. What's this?
If any movie could get away with it, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this little goblin? It would just be Ted Raimi with little pointy ears.
So you want a
You
little
follow the
goblin,
Hobbit,
play
like,
the
this is, like,
Xbox
really
game.
small, too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd work.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great. Now I have a better version of Army of Darkness in my head.
But then, you know, I think it does.
Oh,
redeem itself,
boo.
because I love the skeleton swashbuckling section.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it leads to maybe my favorite comedic shot in any movie ever, which is all these skeletons just being thrown at Bruce Campbell. They're not even articulated. I'm picturing it's probably Sam Raimi tossing them. It's so funny. It's I mean, visually it's funny, but it's almost more so funny because it's in the movie. This is a big Universal movie, and there's a scene where he's just throwing rubber skeletons at Bruce Campbell.
It's almost like breaking the fourth wall. It's like everybody knows these are just rubber skeletons.
Yeah.
We're leaning into it.
They're all voiced by Sam Raimi. All the skeletons.
So yeah, it kind of, you know, comes back around and saves it for the end. I do. It's one of my favorite swashbuckling scenes, like in general.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the actual, even like as goofy as the movie is, the actual sword fighting is pretty good. The
Yeah.
choreography's good. Him fighting the evil Ash at the end.
Like Arthur kicking the sword boy. I could list. I could list a lot of things from this movie I just like. It would just be me listing fun things. I guess the ending. Which ending? And why?
Oh, I think we did talk about this on the commentary,
We
but the
did.
theatrical
Which ending?
is so much more fun.
That's
Yes.
not too long.
Thematically, and just like with the character of Ash, I understand the downbeat ending, him being arrogant and losing track of how many drops he's taken, and waking up 1,000 years in the future.
Also, it's kind of just hysterical, him giving up the opportunity to be like king and the big important person in this, well, you know, realm,
Yeah.
just to go back to working at, you know, S-Marks.
Working at S-Mart, telling stories about his swashbuckling that nobody believes. Ted Raimi's bored.
And you
Yeah,
get one of the,
I think that theatrical ending is so much more fun.
Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
and I'm never giving up Hill to the king.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, we're on board
The
with that. then.
shootout is great. It's so funny. Eventually, they did pay off more with Ash versus Evil Dead, because I was like, oh, I want to see more of him in like normal settings, fighting monsters, which you never really get in the other movies. They're in the cabin in the woods. They're in the medieval times.
Ash versus Evil Dead. It's where the formula finally all came together. Too. It's Evil Dead perfected. You get the horror elements, like that first episode he directed with the college girl and fucking body and twist around.
Oh yeah.
Horrifying. So it has the legitimate horror of Evil Dead 1. It's got the comedy of Evil Dead 2. And Ash himself is the version of Ash as we see in Army of Darkness.
He's the dumbass.
It has finally all come back together, and tone-wise, everything-wise, it's the perfect version of Evil Dead.
I would say it starts as the perfect. I think it gets more overtly comedic
In
as
later
it goes
seasons,
along.
yeah.
Yeah. It becomes more like there's horror stuff. It's more just like cheap gross out gags. So, but when it starts, yes, that first episode that Sam Raimi directed is great.
That first episode, and I love the end of season 1 with it. They just had that group of hikers who are in peril. I love that girl who's just there, and you legitimately don't know if she's going to survive or not. So it's actually tense.
Yeah, I'd say the first season is pretty great. They're all good. I like all 3 seasons, and I do like that it kind of ends up. It wasn't meant to be the series finale, but it just didn't get picked up for more. So it kind of ends up where Army of Darkness originally ended, which is him in the post-apocalyptic future, fighting monsters. It's like, okay, eventually he got there. As much as I would like to see a full season of him doing that, as a like final curtain call for the character of Ash, it works. And that's something worth pointing out too. If we're talking about Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. The Evil Dead franchise has obviously continued. Sam Raimi's not directing them anymore, but he still produces them. I don't know if you've seen any of the more recent ones.
I don't really
No.
care about the concept of an Evil Dead without Ash.
That's
I
fair.
just don't care.
They're more like overtly horror films,
Yeah.
which I know you don't care about. But I will say, not a bad movie in the bunch. Evil
Okay.
Dead has not had a bad movie in the entire franchise, and that's rare.
Good for you, Evil Dead.
And if we're talking about Sam Raimi, because obviously he's a big producer, he kind of does that more these days than directs. In the movies he produces, the Evil Dead movies and other movies, it seems like his main goal is to find like an interesting young filmmaker to helm these things. So he always finds someone that's done like one or two very small movies, but has like a good, clear vision, and gives them a shot.
Very good for him.
Very
I like that
good for
Sam
him.
Raimi. He's a good guy.
He's going places.
We should do a ranking video about that man.
Oh, that's a good idea. Someday we'll do that.
Hail to the king, baby.
All right, my number 3 is Darkman.
My number 3 is Darkman.
Oh my god.
Finally, at number 3.
Oh my God.
We've convened.
I love Darkman. It's not as polished as some of his other movies, but it's just one of his most interesting movies.
I don't know that I have anything new to add to it. I did say and watch it because I had all of Sam Raimi in my mind. Durant, the actor who played Durant, probably would have been a good, more comic accurate Dr. Octopus. Which, I know you love Dr. Octopus, probably would have been, a worse for the movie overall. I just watched it and I was thinking, he'd be a good comic book Dr. Octopus.
Gentlemen, Rick, I'm proud of you. Clean through the brain. That's how I like it.
Larry Drake is that actor. He played the mentally challenged character on L.A. Law.
Oh, yeah!
Oh,
He
yeah.
also played the mentally challenged character in the movie Night of the Scarecrow. So I guess he specialized in playing mentally challenged people.
Have a nice flight.
I will say if he played Doc Ock, it would be a lot more uncomfortable because Doc Ock spends a lot of that movie shirtless for some reason. We get a lot of flabby Alfred Molina in that film.
It's got to be really hard for Doc Ock to put a t-shirt on.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
My cultured ass just recognizes that actor from a Crypt episode.
It's weird though, in that movie, in Spider-Man 2, he's often wearing a trench coat with no shirt underneath it. So he has a trench coat that works with the arms, but no shirt underneath.
I can see a trench coat. As long as you cut holes for the arms, I could see that being easier to put on.
I guess.
That makes sense
More
to
so
me.
than a t-shirt.
Yeah.
that's-
Do you want to try putting on a t-shirt when you have 4 arms coming out of your back? It's the same thing with, like, if you had wings. Would you really go through the trouble of putting on a shirt every time you had to get out of the house? I don't think so. I think you'd find, like, a trench coat or some kind of jacket. Because, like, who has time for that?
Yeah. I wrote down, I don't know if we mentioned this in our review, but just seeing a line I like that I don't think I brought up is Liam Neeson, just the ultra cheesy line, like very pulpy. What is it about the dark?
What is it about the dark?
Oh my god.
What secret does it hold?
Well, you got the lighting on the Captain Kirk highlighting. I love that a little bit.
Later too, there's a part where he's like, "What have I become? What have I become?" All those like, yeah, they're very corny,
Oh
very,
my
like, pulpy
God.
lines, but it works for this movie.
Universal monster as superhero.
Yes.
The other thing that I wrote here, I like the graveyard transition. I don't remember if we talked about that in the review.
And that guy, the guy who's like, all they found was an ear. Didn't take me long to bury that.
You've done much work out there. The guy got blown to pieces on the fountain here.
That older guy, that actor, his name was like Julius something. He was in Crime Wave.
Okay.
Very briefly. He had a small part in Crime Wave.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
Raimi's bringing back that guy.
Why not? Why not? But we did a review. You could watch it here. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Holy goodness.
Yes.
Solid number. I think we're at 2 already. Solid number 3.
Take it down. Take it. Take the fucking elephant.
My number 2 is Spider-Man 2, which we've talked about.
Fine movie is number 6 on my list. My number 2, and this came as
Yeah,
a
we
complete
know.
surprise to me. The Quick and the Dead.
A Western.
I have never seen this movie before. So this movie was a complete mystery to me. Here's the story. I avoided this because I knew it came out in that era when he was doing the more serious Hollywood movies. It came out in the era when he was doing The Gift, A Simple Plan, and I had no interest in seeing a drier Western.
Well, I would say, more appropriately, he did this right after Darkman.
I realize that. I realize that now. I saw this movie for the first time. I fucking loved it.
It's very good.
I fucking loved it. I had 12 other Sam Raimi movies I had to watch for this. After I watched it a second fucking time. I watched clips from various scenes I liked again. I procrastinated on my homework to watch this movie a second time. I got near the end, I watched them all, I'm making my list, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, am I really putting this movie that high? I watched it a third time just to be sure. I loved it just as much the third time.
It's very good, and
Yes.
it is like, especially looking at Darkman and then this, like, and it feels like Darkman visually, just set in the West. But visually, it looks so similar. The type of shots, whatever, like, film stock or lenses they use, like, it looks so much like Darkman.
There's some Dollars trilogy in this movie's DNA too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You essentially have the man with no name, but it's Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
And that's a rarity to see a Western with a female lead, and she does a good job. Yeah, it's a very interesting cast because it's Sharon Stone, hot off of Basic Instincts. She was a big deal at the time. She's a producer on the movie too. Gene Hackman, who's just obviously, of course, legendary actor.
All I hear from you spineless cowards, is how poor you are. And yet somehow, you've all managed to find the money to hire a professional gunfighter to kill me.
But then you have up-and-comers like Leonardo DiCaprio, pre-Titanic Leo DiCaprio.
Russell Crowe.
Pre-Gladiator Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And then you have people, like, I hadn't seen this movie since the 90s, so I was surprised when the other people showed up.
Keith David,
Lance Henriksen is in this thing. They don't last very long because it's a Western.
Well, because the entire premise is it's just a great, simple premise. Just, we're going to have a quick draw competition, and all of these colorful characters are going to come into town and compete in the competition.
Yeah, it's a great premise. It's a great setup for a Western. And then, of course, our main character, played by Sharon Stone, she has a backstory that she wants revenge against Gene Hackman, so you have that personal connection. It's all great.
Her story pales in comparison to Russell Crowe's. I love his character arc in this movie. From outlaw to priest to temptation to kill, wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Yeah. And then him kind of teaming up with Sharon Stone, they work well together.
I wrote down it's a morality play about murder, where the correct answer is murder. Sharon Stone and Russell Crowe's character arc is they need to be okay with murder. And that saves the town.
Like I said, this is right after Darkman, so it still has some of that, like, Sam Raimi flair. Like one of the opening shots, we have the inanimate object point of view. We have it attached to the gun, and Sharon Stone throws her hat right on the lens.
Well, you got the POV bullet shot at the end.
Yes,
screaming Gene Hackman.
And that's why it's like the perfect. We were talking about, like, the premise is great. The idea that it's just like a quick draw competition in this town, and that's perfect for Sam Raimi because then you don't just have, like, the final showdown. You have multiple showdowns throughout the movie.
Multiple
You have all
showdowns.
these, like, moments of visual
The
play.
snap
A
zoom.
dozen micro stories.
Yeah, and everybody's, like, colorful and interesting. And then, yeah, you have all the different scenes of them having showdowns, and they're all shot. Every sequence is kind of shot in a different way. They all have their own, like, personality to them.
I love the Leo DiCaprio and Gene Hackman one where he goes full Hitchcock, yet he also adds in his patented Dutch angle twist to it.
Yes, yes.
Multiple times. It's beautiful.
And Leo's character is good too, because he's the boy they call him, or the kid, something like that.
The kid.
The kid, but he's like young and cocky. He's so like arrogant and full of himself. And then when he gets shot, he turns into like a blubbering baby, and he's just like sad and pathetic, and it's so good.
It's so good, and you know, even as evil as Gene Hackman's character is, there's even still a little bit of sympathy for him. Like, you can tell he kind of doesn't like what just happened, even though his character is just the most massive prick in the entire world.
Yeah. Visually, not just the angles, but just the lighting, like it's very like lush. It's a good-looking movie. I don't know how it did when it came out. I don't know if it was like a flop or.
I'm assuming it just did mediocre. I never hear anything about this.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
Yeah, you hear about some of those like '90s westerns that are still like Unforgiven, which is still kind of talked about and still around. And
I rented this on YouTube when I watched it.
What happened?
Did a search for Quick and the Dead. The Siskel and Ebert review came up.
Was there a bot?
Really?
Yeah.
That's why the Quick and the Dead seems so empty. Ultimately, it's just a
Oh,
carnival game.
alright. Thanks, I didn't see it.
And the clock is stopped at noon. It's always high noon, and whenever that little minute hand goes over to the 12, two guys are shooting it out on Main Street over.
Before it even
over
posted.
again.
Damn.
Dinner scene.
Thank you.
With Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman talks about how his father played Russian roulette with him.
Yeah.
He can't feel fear. and I like that his motivation when we get to the end of this, he's kind of chasing that feeling too. Like he wants the duel with he's kind of grooming Russell Crowe's character. To become
That's
a
weird. I
killer
didn't
again,
see it either. I guess
because
Penny
he
doesn't
knows
need glasses.
Russell Crowe is good, and he knows if he duels him, he will feel that fear. He'll have that excitement. He's got that line. It takes a lot to scare me. I love the sensation. I love all of the character arcs in this movie.
Yeah. There's the part at the beginning, early on, when Sharon Stone wakes up in Leo's little apartment or whatever. And he's like, this bed's really uncomfortable. And it's because they're just a bunch of explosives underneath it. And it's like, of course, that pays off at the end. Like, everything's set up. All the character arcs are wonderfully executed. And it's just visually not like super crazy Evil Dead 2 Sam Raimi, but the appropriate level of goofiness visually for a story like this.
Yeah. I love a Western when it's stylized.
Yeah.
A little bit larger than life. I love the Dallas trilogy. I love this. Same vein. I was kind of annoyed when I watched this. The Unforgiven. I remember in that movie there's a lot of talk about Gene Hackman. We couldn't get him to do the role. He agreed to do it because it's a Western that's not about violence. It's a Western about how violence is bad, and that's why Gene Hackman agreed to do this movie. Gene Hackman felt so, and here he is playing this movie like a few years later, where the message is violence is great.
Maybe while he was making Unforgiven, he realized that he actually loves violence.
And that made me realize that like, the PR lead up to Unforgiven was just completely full of shit.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
The violence in this movie is great. It's fun to watch violence. Sorry. Where did I have it at? I had it at number 8. But as we talk about it, now I'm like... I keep saying I want to raise these up, but if I raise them up, where do the other ones go?
I know. Sam
I
Raimi's done a
know.
lot of good ones.
He has. But I would say out of the ones that he's done that are great, Quick and the Dead is probably the most underseen.
I felt in a ranking list of directors' movies I like, it felt weird putting a movie I hadn't seen before right under the top spot. But I think it was that good.
Okay.
I had to put it there.
Oh, I had to.
Well, that means we're at number 1.
We're number 1, which is obvious.
We clearly both have Evil Dead 2.
It is definitely Evil Dead 2 is number 1 easily.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is one of my absolute all-time favorite movies.
It's
Yeah.
the perfect Sam Raimi movie.
It's
As far
so
as
good.
His sensibilities, his style, his use of Bruce Campbell.
The
Evil
deer!
Dead 2 is like everything you want out of this type of film.
It is... this movie oozes creativity. It is endlessly creative. And now that I know he made this after Crime Wave, I can see how ballsy this was. Because He made Crime Wave, which was a spectacular disaster, a complete failure. Your career is nearly fucking over. So what's the obvious thing you do? You had your first hit, Evil Dead. Well, we'll make a sequel to that. So you go and make another horror movie, right? He had...
You trick people into thinking you're making a horror movie when you've actually made a comedy.
Yes! And the fact that he had the balls to make this a slapstick comedy. Like the restrictions they had with the premise, because like you just have Ash alone in a cabin for like half of this movie, and the fact that they make this as entertaining as they is astounding, because they never stop finding things to do with Ash alone in this cabin.
Yeah, that's the thing. The first half of the movie, nobody else is at the cabin. It's just him, and that's the best stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Before everybody else shows up, and it's like the best showcase of Bruce Campbell's like physical abilities. I mean, that scene where he's flipping himself around in the kitchen, slamming bottles into his head. Like, just little moments, like his hand is possessed. He's knocked unconscious by the hand. And then the hand out of frame notices a knife, and it does this little like exciting,
Yes.
like that little the physicality of that is so good.
I was first time I was up in Milwaukee area 20 years ago, watching Evil Dead 2. Came like Mike was gonna loan me his copy of Evil Dead 2, and I had no interest. I'm like, it's a horror movie.
Oh, you had never seen it?
I had never seen it before.
Oh my god.
I had never seen it.
Oh my god.
I'm not really interested in horror movies. Mike said, no, you gotta watch this. You gotta trust me and watch this. And I put it in. And I got to the scene where it's Bruce Campbell gets hit by the evil and he's flying through the air.
He gets hit by the evil.
They just got him spinning around and screaming while they're hitting him with branches. And I was in love with this movie. From that moment on, this movie just had me I was wrapped. I was watching this movie, and I at no moment did I have any idea what was going to happen next. But something interesting was going to happen next. I just wrote down like a laundry list of just every shot I like from this movie, and it's too long to read. The spinning eye shot, I love the milky eye. I love the torn up bridge miniature.
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing too to point out is all like it's one of those every trick in the book movies.
Yeah.
We got stop motion, we got miniatures, we got matte paintings, we got some really great makeup effects. Like all the monsters in this look fantastic.
We've yet to mention, and they did this in the first Evil Dead too. They did it in all the Evil Dead movies. The fucking point of view camera.
Yeah.
Just a camera strapped to a 2x4.
When it goes through the car windshield was really what put it over the top for me. It really fucking sold that thing. Concept. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
That's an impressive one because it goes through the back window and then out the front window and then continues on.
Into the cabin. You can see where they got the match cut after he like closes the door and it breaks through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a moment where you can see like the top of the soundstage when they're inside the cabin.
That whole part when it's chasing through the cabin.
Chases him through the fucking walls.
Yeah.
You see the top of the set there, but whatever, it's fine.
I can feel them coming up with ideas, like what can we do next?
Yeah.
And just whatever creative idea they have. Wouldn't it be fun if it went through the walls?
Yeah, it's a movie that's kind of counter to everything that you think you want in a movie because there's barely any story. Usually, like, that's the most important part of a movie. You could say it's style over substance, but that's why I've never really liked that criticism to begin with, because this is a movie that technically, yes, you could say it's style over substance, but the style is the purpose. It's the whole, like, driving force of the movie.
It feels more like a writing challenge to me rather than there's no story. It's more, we've got this concept, this guy's alone with the camera, he's alone in the cabin. Haha, wouldn't it be fun if we made a sequel and he's just alone in the cabin for the whole movie? Yeah. It feels like a challenge. Well, what can we do now? Yeah. What do we do with this concept?
Well, now his hand is possessed.
Now his hand is possessed.
He's fighting himself.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's fighting his own hand?
And then he has these like hallucinatory moments where like the other him comes out of the mirror.
We just cut up our group with a chainsaw. Does that sound fine?
Well, it's such a simple effect, but you're not expecting it.
It's a simple effect. You're not expecting it. It's perfectly executed.
And then, of course, we have one of the best-looking monsters of all time with evil Henrietta.
Oh,
in the
yes.
basement.
Who's in my fruit cellar? Yes.
I love that costume, this big saggy old lady makeup on whatever 20-year-old Ted Raimi.
If I'm gonna criticize anything in this movie, I never much liked the long neck version of Henrietta.
It starts making monkey noises for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
Well, also the lead up to it. Now, other characters finally show up at the cabin. It's the professor who was there at the cabin. It's his daughter and a couple other people. And they think that Bruce Campbell's murdered him. So they kick the shit out of him and throw him in the basement. And then they're listening to that recording, and there's that slow buildup of realization that, oh, his dead wife is buried in that cellar, where Bruce Campbell is now trapped.
Yes. Yes.
So perfectly paced.
No, you didn't play the line.
I mean, I guess his career was almost over at that point. He just did not give a fuck.
Yeah,
We're gonna do whatever, and we're gonna have fun.
It has that attitude of that yeah, we're just gonna do whatever we want.
Yeah, like you talked about, like you like in Army of Darkness, like just the blatant puppet skeletons and just throwing it. I get that same vibe when Linda's headless corpse runs in with a chainsaw. It's just like running up against.
There's that comical moment right before she runs in where he opens the thing and there's the outline of the chainsaw, so you visually understand what's happening.
Yep.
But then it's like they're worried that you wouldn't get it from that, so they ADR'd him saying chainsaw, just to make sure you get it. And then of course she runs into the chainsaw.
I'm just gonna mention this just so you can show a clip of it because the lamp.
Oh,
when he's going up and down with the lamp and he's just lost it.
That's the moment that they introduce other characters finally arriving at the cabin, and that's like his breaking point, like mentally, where he's everything in the cabin is now alive and laughing at him, and then he just joins in. He's looking at that lamp and he's like bobbing up and down with it.
He has gone mad.
He's gone mad, and then they shoot. Then he hears the noise outside, shoots the door, and that's kind of that, like, I don't know, water being splashed in his face where he is brought back to reality. If they hadn't showed up at the cabin, that would have been the end of Ash. He would have been just out of it.
Even the subtle things, I'm watching this, I'm like, it's just Ash opening a door, and they cut to multiple, like, point of view shots, and stumbles, and they have a point of view stumble.
And also the sound design in the movie is great. There's lots of like weird, dry, like cracking noises, and there's that part where it's all the camera work because nothing's actually happening. They're in the corner and they're just looking around. And it's all sound design, and then distorted shots.
Yeah, the distorted shots.
Actually happening.
And
it's
yet
still great.
And yet you still understand that's a perfect visual representation of just something trying to break into this world.
Yeah, something otherworldly, something that doesn't physically exist. Like a simpler version of the Evil Dead vision going through the woods.
Yeah.
We don't have budget to do anything here. Just point the camera at these ceiling beams and we'll add sound effects. And it works.
The hell is that?
That's how a low-budget movie can compete with something like The Shawshank Redemption to be my favorite movie of all time. Just sheer creativity and just a director and camera work that won't let the movie be boring for even a moment.
Yeah, clever filmmaking.
He will never have nothing to lose ever again.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's set for life now.
Yeah.
This is a film that can only be made by a young person.
That's our ranking.
That's our ranking. That's Sam Raimi's the only filmmaker we've talked about in one of these videos where he could still potentially make more movies. So I don't know.
Will we amend this?
In 3 years, when Sam Raimi makes another movie, we'll just add a pinned comment under the video. How about that?
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just reshoot the whole video.
Do it again. Okay. Seems like a lot of work. We've been doing this for like 8 hours now.
That's true.
I have to poo.
I've had to pee. I've gone to the bathroom like 4 times while we shot this video.
I really, really need to pee. I don't know why.
New Spider-Man. Come on. Very good list, very good. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 is my favorite too.
Somewhere, lost in the clouded annals of animation, lies a series that many have seen. A mysterious cartoon called Over the Garden Wall, where long-forgotten stories are revealed to those who travel through the wood. Cartoon Network...
Let me see what that is really quick. Yeah, there we go. Oh, just everyone sending me pictures of Gamera. Oh my god, look at the fucking teeth on this one. Wait. 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 No, wait. Enhance. God damn it, I said enhance. Whatever. Loser. Look. That's a good shot. I like that. Alright, anyway. Oh, you can see it better on that one because it's more zoomed in. Anyway.
Over the Garden Wall, created by Patrick McHale and only spanning 10 episodes running 12 minutes each, quickly cemented itself as one of the most beloved pieces of modern animation after its debut in 2014.
Oh yeah, people love this show.
Annual Halloween rewatch for countless fans.
I saw it.
Now, 10 years after its debut, Garden Wall still stands as a modern classic. A truly one-of-a-kind miniseries that both captures the oddball approach of many modern Cartoon Network shows, while also pulling its aesthetics and storytelling sensibilities from long-gone folktales. It's all in service to a story about being lost, facing your fears, and embracing the unknown for all its beauty and discomfort. It's a piece of animation that taps into something deep within us that feels like a long-forgotten memory slowly rising to the surface. It's an experience that remains passionately loved, even after a decade of cartoons drawing from its inspiration. This is the timeless wonder of Over the Garden Wall. The story of Over the Garden Wall begins with the animated series that has defined so much of Cartoon Network's past decade and a half, Adventure Time. Patrick McHale helped to create the series alongside Pendleton Ward and Adam Muto, going on to serve as the show's creative director for its first 2 seasons. Meanwhile, McHale also worked on an animated short titled Tome of the Unknown for Cartoon Network's Shorts Development Program. With the studio so impressed with the 8-minute short, they decided to showcase it across festivals in 2013, and then commission what would become Over the Garden Wall based on its ideas and characters, with McHale leaving Adventure Time to work on the miniseries. Tome of the Unknown has a lot of the pieces that would make up Over the Garden Wall in place already. Here, teenager Wirt and his young half-brother Greg, played by Elijah Wood and Colin Dean, are on a journey through the unknown and already accompanied by Beatrice, voiced by Natasha Leggero here and played by Melanie Linsky in the miniseries, except that they're searching for the lost book known as the Tome of the Unknown, which would help them get back home. That would have been the overarching story of the series, putting a more defined narrative that propelled its characters from episode to episode in what would have been a longer and darker, according to the ideas originally placed for its episodes, show. Instead, as McHale and company worked on the final story, the eventual miniseries would drop that idea in favor of the very simple notion of just getting back home. As for the animation and sound design, Tome has a lot of the character designs already in place, with that signature style of early 20th century Americana informing its fashion, setting, and music, with C.W. Stone King providing several songs as Melon Man singer John Props. There's a little more
Yeah, baby, do you know, if you can recognize this, old cartoon for me? But it's about, it's like a Golden Age cartoon about the harvest. It could just be called The Harvest for all I know, but it's just like a sing-songy old cartoon about people getting ready for fall. I'd love to watch that again. That's kind of the vibes I get from the pilot of this.
More squash and stretch and exaggeration to the expressions of its characters when compared to how they would be animated in the finalized series. But take out...
Remember anything else? There's a bit where they're squishing grapes to make wine. I think they're like singing about the harvest moon. I just remember it's like very fall related. I don't know. I might be able to find it eventually. It's yeah, they're just like singing about the harvest moon while like picking crops and stuff.
Of its characters when compared to how they would be animated in the finalized series. But take out a couple references to the slightly different larger plot, and this could easily fit into the show. But most important is that its signature blend of darkness and absurdism is fully in place here for
Darkness.
a story about a vegetable cart trip toward the big city and a garden party gone wrong. The way those two elements come together, pushing back and forth and blending, not just here in tone, but in every Garden Wall episode, is what gives the show its...
I feel like that's what it is, yeah. Of course it would be a famous cartoon. Famous, the studio, that is. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I grew up with a lot of those, apparently. I remember the kangaroo with the corn. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah, because I had those VHS tapes growing up. Just like, we're gonna put random cartoons on this. So whatever. Yeah, thank you. Alright.
It's a really distinct experience. Ideas of death, loneliness, depression, and guilt all hang over every episode, and are what each main and supporting character are dealing with to some degree. But the show never wallows in its darkness. Instead, it accepts it as part of life and moves on.
Sure does.
Not so much hopeful as simply unbothered. And with
Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous shot of the moon. Wait.
And moves on.
That's stunning. I should have... It doesn't quite go with the style for my Sid series, but man, that is a shot. It's very Billy and Mandy Who Killed Who episode, just like that vibe. I mean, even if it's taking from it's taking inspo from Golden Age cartoons, it still has like that creepy aesthetic that I'm looking for. It's gorgeous, gorgeous stuff.
Not so much hopeful as simply unbothered. And with Toe of the Unknown being really well received, Mikhail was greenlit by Cartoon Network to make the series. The show that resulted was Over the Garden Wall, originally airing on Cartoon Network from November 3rd through November 7th, 2014, with 2 episodes a night. And while Mikhail is the creator, Garden Wall was brought to life by a big creative team, with all episodes directed by Nate Cash, who had previously worked on Adventure Time and SpongeBob SquarePants, and a variety of writers including Tom Perpich, Katie Krentz, Amalia Lavari, Burt Yoon, and more. The result was that Garden Wall was a hit and gained recognition really quick, winning an Emmy for Outstanding Animated Program and becoming what I really think is a modern classic of both animation and Halloween programming.
Oh,
The story sees
yes.
half-brothers Greg and Wirt traveling through the fantastical forest of the unknown, at odds with one another but slowly growing closer together through their journey. Their goal is simple: get back home, but becomes more complicated as they go along, encountering friends, enemies, and many strange beings that feel pulled from America's mythic past, while targeted by a dark creature known only as the Beast, who wants to feed on them. And that's really it for the plot. Mikhail would describe Garden Wall as a comedy, but first and foremost, it's trying to be an experience for the audience. That's not to say the show is without a story, it's just not plot-heavy. Likewise, it's not interested in constantly teaching lessons through its episodes. Not that there's anything wrong with that format. Plenty of cartoons structure themselves around characters and, in turn, the audience, learning a lesson about how to act or treat others. The characters and conflicts of Garden Wall are simply too odd to be teachable moments, like in The Ringing of the Bell, where our brothers enter the home of Lorna and Auntie Whispers. These two are not what they seem, but there's not necessarily a definitive resolution to the darker truths about their early family. In almost every episode, the brothers stumble onto a new town or home, and the people living there, all in the midst of their own problems and often causing some sort of mix-up or miscommunication to be sorted out as they continue on their journey. There's the Pottsfield Harvest Festival that the brothers accidentally disrupt. The teacher, Ms. Langtree, who laments over the man who abandoned her. Don't worry, he was just stuck in a gorilla costume. The tavern patrons who live in fear of the Beast. The wealthy Quint who...
I'm the highwayman.
Okay, good to know. Well, you see...
I'm the
highwayman.
He did it twice! I'm the highwayman.
Anyway, you get me. Almost every episode can be watched on its own without the need for understanding the larger story. But what connects these encounters are how the characters grow in relation to one another. Most important is Wirt's resentment of young Greg, son of his remarried father, and Greg's own low views of himself.
'Cause Uncle Endicott pegged me all wrong. I've got no sense. No sense at all.
There's also Beatrice, who we learn was transformed into a bird alongside her family and now carries the guilt of being the cause. And the woodsman, compelled to serve the Beast in the deep dark forest to preserve his daughter's soul. Each of these characters grow by facing the unknown and what they fear the most, which is always, always, always their own feelings and beliefs they've tried to run away from. Resentment, shame, guilt, grief. These are perfectly accompanied by a season that charms us, while also reminding us of the fleeting, transitive nature of life. To create an unknown built out of the past, Mikhail pulled images and ideas from a lot of early 20th century and late 19th century influences, which inform the character archetypes, vaguely turn-of-the-century setting, and folktale approach to the types of people and creatures Greg and Wirt encounter. Among the many different inspirations are The Complete Optimist, a book of cartoons by Childe Harold from 1912, Walt Disney's early Alice comedies, blending live action and animation in shorts from the 1920s, the art of Gustave Doré, best known for his paintings interpreting Dante's Inferno, but who made many fantastical landscapes, the sketches of Victorian artist John Tenniel, which often centered on Alice in Wonderland, Little Nemo and Slumberland for Babes in the Woods specifically, children's books and board games produced by Laughlin Brothers Inc., whose then cutting-edge color printing techniques for their art influenced the color palette of many episodes, and the 1800s game of Frog Pond, explaining the show's obsession with talking, singing, ever-renamed amphibians. In particular, vintage Halloween postcards inform so many of the characters and seen throughout Garden Wall. Witches, pumpkin-headed bystanders, even Tome of the Unknown's melancholy. It's all there in images more than a century old, and created via chromolithography, where hand-drawn paintings were colored with limestone printing slabs. These images are indelible parts of 19th century Americana, baking themselves into the recesses of U.S. culture and influencing generations of art. Even if we aren't fully aware of their influence, they've become part of the image that America has created of its bygone rural artistic expression, blending a workman approach to art with agriculture and commerce. Personally, I've always been fascinated by vintage commercial art, where wholly original pieces were drawn and painted by working artists whose names we'll never know, not seeking fame but simply making a living, yet still influencing the development of American culture. By making these the basis of the show's visuals, they help to create the familiarity of Garden Wall. "There's something about chromolithography that draws me in," said McHale, who collected these postcards from vintage stores when he was young. "I think it's because, like wax cylinder recordings, you can feel that they're not just reproductions of art. They're actual recorded art, like an actual fingerprint rather than a photocopy of a fingerprint. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but a certain era of postcards feels like it carries the ghosts of the artists and technicians who made them. It's a very eclectic blend of artistic influences, but they all share a folk approach to both the creation and subjects of each. These are hand-drawn, craftsman-style artistic methods, when even mass-produced games and books were still done by hand, reflecting the shaping and hard work of the artist. Homaging them creates a mood and space somewhat removed from the modern day, at once familiar and strange. The opening minutes of a series hint toward all of these influences and characters, with toys and rocks and paper boats all soon encountered in the unknown's population, bringing the past to life. And of course, you can't talk about the feelings evoked by Over the Garden Wall without talking about its incredible music.
Yeah, lover! Sing us your love song!
The majority
Yeah, lover! Sing us your love song!
The series score is composed by the Blasting Company and blends together folk, Dixie, vintage jazz, ragtime, and jug band music styles.
Funny.
Heavily involved in the songwriting to evoke the early 20th century. And Garden Wall is also partially a musical, with plenty of diegetic songs busted out by characters to express how they feel, along with several as part of the soundtrack. My favorites? The relieving Patient is the Night, the extremely silly Ms. Langtry's Lament, the big band Over the Garden Wall, and the cut banger Send Me a Peach. To me, this all adds to the timeless nature of the show and its otherworldly nature, as while Greg and Wirt, two outsiders, are struck by how strange this all is, suddenly bursting out into song and accompanied by full orchestration is as commonplace as talking for everyone native to the unknown. Over the Garden Wall is designed to be a new folktale for a time when modernity and disillusionment is separating us from our sense of myth-making and wonder. And by its nature, Garden Wall is a very American folktale, pulling from the autumnal side of Americana, with fall leaves, harvests, and the long-gone frontier of Western expansion. The unknown and all its strangeness revives the frontier as fantasy, blending familiar characters and comforting experiences with the unease of untamed nature and unknowable darkness. The show's dreamy mood is established right from the start, as Greg and Wirt trek through the woods without really knowing how or why they got there. All we really know is that they're looking for a way back home, and that the beast is out there somewhere. And while the opening episode of The Old Grist Mill has an air of oppressive darkness, we find that the mood and aesthetic of Over the Garden Wall is much more varied than what we first expect. The show actually makes it real clear whether an episode will be a lighter story without actual danger, or a scarier entry with real danger present, by having it take place during the day or night. It's simple. Episodes like Hard Times at the Huskin Bee and Schooltown Follies happen entirely during the day, and their stakes are very silly and light. Others, like The Old Grist Mill, Songs of the Dark Lantern, and The Unknown, are much scarier and leverage the dark, oppressive woods to create an air of menace, with the beast or its influence often lurking nearby. An episode like Lullaby in Frogland transitions from day to night, with the first half on the riverboat being totally absurd, and the second half putting Greg and Wirt in danger from Adelaide. Each step of the way, Wirt and Greg grow more and more into themselves, pushed to embrace the unknown. With a nervous but endearing energy in Elijah Wood's performance, Wirt is anxious and always unsure of himself. He's the most complex character of the series, both a hero and fool, someone who really doesn't want to be on this adventure, but who's really the only one that can keep them on their path. Content to be slightly forlorn, Wirt lets his pessimistic side get the best of him, both in the unknown and the modern world, letting himself be intimidated by a super cool guy Jason Funderburker.
Hey, oh my God. Sarah, are you ready to go?
Hey, Jason Funderburker.
Oh, hey, Wirt.
And being the first of the two brothers to give
my
up hope
God.
of getting home, naturally, his anxious side and distrust put him at odds with Beatrice, at first for a good reason, but he has to overcome those feelings to form a stronger bond. He never really wants to be wherever they are, and he clearly resents his forced connection to Greg. Early on, Wirt is told,
"You are the elder child. You are responsible
for you and your brother's actions.
And while he rejects this at first, his entire arc is to not just accept this responsibility, but to grow braver and stronger because of it. Meanwhile, Greg is this wonderful, innocent cipher to see the world through. Not everything in the unknown is dangerous. In fact, a lot of the show's charm comes from supposedly deadly and dark creatures being much nicer than they seem.
I sentence you to a few hours of manual labor.
Wait, what?
But for much of its runtime, the darkest parts of the unknown are innocently experienced by Greg, who is irrepressibly positive, and the source of all the show's best quotes.
You have beautiful eyes. It's a rock fact. Ain't that just the way? Gorilla! Gorilla! I think he's asleep. Let's go steal his stuff. What? Wait, Unky! Face your fears! So we came here to burgle your turds. Did you know that dinosaurs had big ears, but everyone forgot because dinosaur ears don't have bones?
No, I didn't know that, Greg.
That's because it's not true. It's a rock fact. You done good, Mr. President. You done good. You'll never convict. You have no proof. Thank you, old lady Daniels.
Goodbye, Gregory. And please don't call me old lady.
Yes, sir, young man.
The true threat of the beast is to steal and snuff out that positivity and innocence, and to turn the unknown from a place to grow into a place to wither away. Obviously, we're getting deep into spoilers here for what I think is generally an unspoilable show, as Garden Wall is much more about the experience than the plot, but there are some late reveals that begin to shed light on what this has all been about. The penultimate episode, Into the Unknown, reveals that Wirt and Greg are actually from the modern day, and after several mishaps on Halloween night as Wirt tries to impress his crush Sarah, the boys are nearly hit by a train, whose whistle can be heard in the sound design from the very beginning, and fall into a lake, knocked unconscious and possibly dying, only to wake up in the unknown. Is this all a dream? Is the unknown another realm? The fact that our heroes have suddenly been transported into a vague past immediately places Garden Wall in conversation with another folk story, Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, where a simple knock on the head can send you through time. There are, however, several clues to what the unknown truly is. Back in the modern world, Greg and Wirt follow Sarah and friends into the Eternal Garden Cemetery. Oh, and would you look at that? Whose name is on a tombstone they hide behind? Quincy Endicott. On the run from the police for trespassing, Greg and Wirt quite literally go over the garden wall and are soon in the unknown. To me, the unknown is some sort of afterlife, and given that there's little clues that Wirt, Greg, and Jason Funderburker, the frog, not the super cool guy, really did go there, this wasn't just a dream. The unknown can stand in for many
And everyone was satisfied with the ending.
All of them are valid. Adulthood, love, responsibility, anything that we have to face to move forward in life. But what's more unknown than what lies on the other side of death? Autumn as a season is really a reminder about the fleeting nature of life, a time where many things end as the world around us crosses over into the dead of winter. All things must end, but autumn is life in the midst of that ending, creating beauty out of loss as everything around us reminds us that we are in a constant cycle of death, rebirth, life, and a return to the grave. Still, there is good that comes from it in the harvest. How we choose to feel about that is up to each person, and will depend on the time of life you find yourself in. Of course, it's no surprise that the death present in autumn, the closing in of the cold in the air, and the association of horror and the season are all closely tied together. To many, death is the scariest idea of all. Whether suddenly or slowly, the thought that life can and will be taken away from us is the ultimate loss of control. But when we have no choice but to face it, we can celebrate it, revel in it, and let it into our lives, at least for a little while. Personally, autumn has always felt like a deep sigh of relief to me, a moment where the world quiets and prepares for rest before we begin again. Likewise, Halloween, 3 days of All Hallowtide, composed of All Saints' Eve, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, and Dia de los Muertos, all draw our attention to remembering and honoring the dead. Over time, these have seeped into secular culture, but their fixations on the other side of death have left an imprint on how even an atheist celebrates the season. And cultures all around the world believe that the barrier between the realms of the living and the dead becomes thin at this time. Obviously, there's an endless stream of stories where the dead cross over into the world of the living, with ghosts, ghouls, demons, and all sorts of spirits visible to and acting upon us. But this door opens both ways, and the living may suddenly find themselves in the realm of the dead. It's rarer in fiction, but everything from the Book of Revelation to Dante's Divine Comedy to Pixar's Coco to George Saunders' Lincoln in the Bardo take us into and back out of the afterlife with characters that never die and learn to embrace life in the process. At all other times, a trip to the other side is a one-way ticket. Shakespeare, after all, did refer to it in Hamlet as the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. But the truth is that humanity is obsessed with death, and in these times where we're forced to confront it, we imagine a way in which we turn the unknown into the known. If the unknown really is the afterlife, Garden Wall portrays it as a place where each person's own fears and joys shape the experience, turning it into either a time of bountiful harvest, where our own good deeds are rewarded, or an endless death, where everything good ends, and we wallow in our worst notions about ourselves. Of course, this is all completely left up to our interpretation, and really shouldn't be given a definitive explanation, because what's so great about Over the Garden Wall is how each viewer can draw something different from it. A lot of things are better left unsaid and unknown, said McHale. I did come up with various larger mythologies, but none of them are the real one, and all theories are valid. To me, even Greg and Wirt's more modern setting is still probably part of the unknown too, in one way or another. Or not. That sense of the unknown in nature also gave rise to the many different monsters of American folklore across the centuries, with creatures like the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, the Mothman, the Folk Monster, the Wendigo, and many, many more, born out of settlers' expansions into the frontier, and their fears creating monsters out of the darkness at the edge of town. Here, our fears of the unknown give birth to the Beast.
There is only me. There is only my way. There is only the forest, and there is only surrender.
The Beast, voiced by Sam Raimi, is this very undefined, oppressive force of evil, but you never really know exactly what it wants besides to sustain itself. To me, the Beast represents everything that Garden Wall is trying to say, that while there is darkness in the world, our fears and worries are what can harm us the most, holding us back from a better life, keeping us from connecting with the people we should love, and not exploring the wider, better world out there. The reveal that the victims of the Beast are turned into edelwood trees, which are then chopped down to provide fuel for his lantern, is really dark, but they also tie into the overarching ideas of depression and hopelessness. By the end, both Greg and Wirt have to help each other not give up on life. The Beast's methods are simple: lie, create fear, and stay in the darkness, where our own fears prey on us. Every character grows by confronting their fear and being honest with themselves and the people around them. Greg confesses to stealing his rock. Wirt talks to Sarah. Beatrice tells her family that she caused their transformation. The woodsman returns home to face his loss. And many, many more all face the unknown and understand something new by doing so.
No, Flicksman!
Despite Garden Wall's popularity, there's been a surprisingly small amount of adaptations or continuations of the story in the decades since its premiere. Now, I'm not entirely sure what a comic book is, but there have been several miniseries and ongoing series published by Boom Studios that act as prequels, midquels, and sequels to the series. With some
Midquels.
but beyond those, Over the Garden Wall stands on its own. Not a franchise, not an endless IP, not a merchandising machine, but instead a modern folktale whose popularity comes from that timeless story of conquering our fears. There is something both beautiful and frightening about the unknown, but the braver we are, the more beautiful the world will become. Be brave, and I'll meet you in the unknown. Thanks for watching today's video, and the final video of the Halloween season.
Yeah, that was really good.
Perfect capper to this series of
Hi,
videos
Greyhand.
and a
Welcome to the
celebration of
stream.
Halloween and the fall season itself, then finally talking about Over the Garden Wall. Several years ago, I was a guest on a video by For Every Kind of Geek, so make sure to go check that out because that is
Curious, does he have a video on Infinity Train?
well. And after many rewatches and realizing that the 10th
I haven't
anniversary
shown
of
that
show's
one to
coming
you
up,
yet.
I realized that now was the best time to do it.
Hope everything's going well. Yeah, low energy stream tonight.
As is designed by the
Watching
series,
videos.
It's a show and a story that really feels timeless. And if you told me that it had been made 20 years ago, or 40 years ago, or 60 years
Getting
ago,
this background done.
After all, that was the point of McHale's vision. And it absolutely 100% worked. And after seeing it shortly after it premiered on Cartoon Network, I've been obsessed with it. Every time I revisit it, it feels fresh and really
You and the
exciting.
rest of the world.
And its interpretations seem to change for me with every year. But really, it's a show that doesn't need any explanation. It's something that we just experience, appreciate, and let sink into our bones. And I hope this video has helped you
Sink into me
I know that
bones.
even with unpacking it all and diving deeper and deeper into this series, I will return to this show every year. And at the time of this recording, I'm patiently waiting the arrival of the read and listen book and vinyl that is finally being replicated, after it came out as a very limited release when the show was first premiered. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Over the Garden Wall, your favorite cartoons for the Halloween season, and what other series you'd like for me to cover. A video on Gravity Falls is absolutely coming sometime in the near future.
Ooh.
As always, a huge shout out to my patrons for their continued support. And if you'd like to be a patron, it's only $1 a month for early
Very
access to
nice.
every video
Very
and
nice.
exclusive Patreon-only reviews, with lots and lots of Halloween podcasts.
Okay, I'm gonna switch really quick because I want to see. I'm curious. Oh man, I think it might be time for me to do my break. No, you didn't do a video on Infinity Train, damn. Let me see. Just being nosy, seeing if there are other videos. Yeah. Oh my god, season 3 of that. Or... no, season 2 rather, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna take this time to get up for a minute and, get my stretch and all that. I'll be right back in 5 minutes. Alright. I'm back. This next video is kind of a curveball. I haven't seen it yet, but it seemed like it would be amusing. I don't know if I can just find it. Yeah, looking at scary houses for sale until I want one. Kind of fits with like the spooky vibes of tonight.
Welcome back. Today we're looking at
Welcome back.
houses. Ooh, haunted houses for sale, too. We're looking to buy. Not actually, but wouldn't that be nice? I think from just a little looking here, just to spoil ahead of time here, if you want to buy a house at some point in your life and you're thinking not gonna happen, I got a secret for you. Go for the haunted house discount. A lot of these houses look nice.
The haunted house
cheaper
discount.
than they should be because they're so clearly haunted. Or just need a lot of work, usually is what it translates to, but why has no one been working on them? Because of the ghosts? Something to think about for sure. So let's jump into it. I think a fun little game that I'm going to play while we do this is, at the end I want to choose which one I would buy if I had to buy one of these. So we're going to
If I had to buy one of these.
Pricing, the overall look, the space, the yard, how badly it's haunted, like can I deal with the haunting? Will it still be worth it? Will I survive? We'll pick one at the end. We'll be like,
Will I
feel free to pick
survive?
your own, and if you pick the same one. Aw. Aw. Okay, first one. Don't look at these photos over here yet, just look at this one right here. We got 5 beds, 4 baths, 6,500 square foot, 350K. It's in Arkansas. First of all, I'm liking what we got going on here. Feels very early 1900s, of course. I like it. I like the very colorful roofs. The front of it, you could see how it might be haunted, but I'm not getting like totally spooked here. Just
I like it. It's cute.
An old, nice, like almost mansion, you know? And I don't mind that. So let's see if it gets worse. Okay, alright, yeah, a lot of yellow and gold and white, some old furniture, but like, you know, if you replace the furniture in these spooky old photos on the wall that probably follow you as you walk by, then it probably could look nice, you know? Imagine like some Halo 2 posters on the walls. Is it still gonna feel haunted? Probably
Halo
not.
2,
not too bad so far.
don't you fucking dare.
This is definitely where the ghosts sit though. This looks so cozy. They are definitely going for the haunted look. They put as many things in this room as possible that could move when you look away, you know? Like this little rocking chair can start rocking, you know, as soon as you look away, you hear it. You look back and you're like, huh, this doll could start giggling. These flamingos could start flamingoing. I'm just thinking out loud here, bro. Definitely a trap door underneath this giant rug. What's with the flamingos, though? That's so random. Look, there's another one. More dolls and stuffed animals. Ooh. This is the room that you die in, I think. What is this, the house from Clue? What's going on here? Colonel Mustard in the green room with a butter knife? Just think how many people have sat on these couches, dude. Gnarly. I'm giving this a solid haunted rating. This is definitely haunted. Like, there's no doubt about it. This is haunted. But it's not giving me, like, too bad of vibes. Although this staircase is so creaky looking, you know? Yeah, this hallway, this is the spooky hallway for sure. This is the kind of doorway that you see a ghost go from one door to the other, just out of the corner of your eye, you know? As you go up the stairs, you're like, John, are you home? Nice, love the random pillars here that don't even fill the space. Scary pictures, TV looking like it's about to fall. This room looks like they tried to make it feel a little more modern, but I'm still getting spooked here, bro. Nice.
I'm still getting spooked.
Glass window.
Wow.
Another good room to die in, I think. I guess this is the same room, just the other angle. So many just doorways and creaky doors. Kitchen looks fine. Dude, what is going on here? Oh my gosh. Also, two more treasure chests? What are you putting in those, huh? The balloons? Your cursed gold? Why do you need so many of them? Also, scariest painting of a zebra I've ever seen. That thing's neck is going at a 180-degree angle just to look at you. Another TV looked like it's about to fall. Very cool. Imagine watching TV like over here. You're like, wow, I love this show. Stupid. All right, let's move on. There's too many pictures of this house. You get the idea. Look at those bookshelves, man. Wow. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
Someone do a chandelier count for this house. How many chandeliers and how many rocking chairs? I want to know. Ooh, definitely a scary shower where you'd see a shape of something that isn't there. How many rooms are in this Willy Wonka house? They got Monopoly taped to the wall. What's going on here? You're supposed to play that thing. This is kind of cool, though. This is a vibe. I would love to have a little, like, tiny room, little fun room to go drink a sody pop with the boys. All right, yep. This might be the most haunted room, but we got to move on here. This one gets a pretty high haunted rating for me. I'm not gonna pick it as my choice, obviously, because it's the first one. But keep that one in mind, all right? Haunted house number 1. Okay, here we go. This next one, 300K on 1.5 acres of lakefront property. Okay, I like it. I also don't like it. It's confusing.
I like it.
Okay, this gives me kind of like a bad childhood memory vibe, doesn't it? Outside looks fine. You got some creepy trees, but whatever. It's winter time. That happens. Nice. Cool. Okay, here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes. Empty room. The wallpaper
meat and
is
potatoes.
like 50% of these things, man. The wallpaper was in some of these old houses is just so strange. It just looks so busy and chaotic, and it makes me feel like stressed because it just feels like bad vibes, doesn't it? Maybe I'm just being a wallpaper hater, but anytime I see wallpaper, I don't like it. And when it starts peeling, ooh, classic, just dirty wood floor. Very cool. Wow, wow, wow. Biggest fireplace I've ever seen. Also, normal size fireplace, just biggest rock fixture I've ever seen in a house. This is like Minecraft level of in-house building. Another fireplace. Okay, I don't know why you'd need 2 fireplaces in the same house, but maybe I'm just too poor to understand that. This room is fine.
You're too poor to understand.
Otherwise, it's fine. More wallpaper. And the wallpaper matches the curtain. That's crazy work. Good.
Wow.
To get murdered in. Feeling a lot of negative energy from this one. Okay, 3rd fireplace. Very cool. Just in case you want to have 3 fires going at once to engulf the sky above your house in smoke. I love the dusty black wood on the ground and the scary ghostly curtains. What's with this yellow, dude? I hate this yellow. In a home, I should say. I don't need this much yellow. I know it's wallpaper. We've learned I hate wallpaper. Yellow wallpaper? Piss yellow wallpaper? Crazy work. Okay, checkered floors. Love it. Very haunted hallway. Is this like a little elevator thing?
I kind of agree.
This is where the ghosts live, unless this is the door to the front yard, in which case, when you're outside of it, looking at the door, that's where the ghosts live. So this is probably the front door. So I guess, still true. If you're outside looking at this door, you would think, through this door are ghosts. And I think that you'd be correct. What a crazy entranceway. 2 giant medieval doors, and then yellow and green checkered floor. And this is your view when you walk in? Insane. There's so many photos. I feel like I can't go through every photo for every house. What is this? Just like a random haunted barn? You wanted a part 2? Nice. That's haunted for sure. No question there. This is haunted for sure. With the leaves blowing in, dude, when the breeze hits just right and the leaves kind of sweep across the floor, and you get that, like, haunted as hell, brother. Nice little lake to potentially drown in. I know I'm being a little morbid here, but that's kind of part of it. That's kind of part of the vibe here. Great place to find out that someone drowned like 100 years ago, and at night they emerge from the lake and walk the grounds. Fun times.
Yeah.
300K for that much floor space is a good deal, and yard space and lakefront space, but holy fixer-upper, you know what I mean? Like, sure, this is probably counted in the square footage, but like, what are you gonna do in here other than scream and run out until the doors slam in your faces? I'm gonna say it doesn't beat out the other one for me. Let's move on. 195K in Alabama. Okay, I like the very, very low res photo. Adds to the hauntedness of it. Have there not been any pictures taken of it in the last 20 years? And if so, why not? I would love to know. Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
At first I thought, pretty big house for under 200K. I mean, it looks pretty rough, but like, if the inside's good, that's fine. I can deal with a rough outside, but where is the house? Where is any of it? This looks like it got hit by a tornado, you know what I mean? Wow, okay. Yeah, this is the most haunted one so far, for sure. Also, the flash photos. It's seemingly pitch black in here, and they're lighting it up with a flashlight. They're just shining a flashlight at the wall and then taking a picture of it. That's crazy. The boarded up windows. Oh my gosh, dude. This is beyond haunted. This should be burned to the ground. This is crazy. Wow. I can't even believe this. This is for sale? You could buy this? Oh my gosh, it got sold. Someone bought this. Even with its low bike score? Dang. Wow, dude. 200K to
its low bike
get
score.
Possessed by evil spirits? That's a crazy bad deal. Look at this. Wow. I feel like if you get a strong enough gust of wind, this whole thing just collapses on itself.
Oh
this is like too haunted for like a horror movie to want to shoot in here, you know? Like, if you're shooting a haunted house, like, horror movie, you want to find something that looks scary. But this is, like, beyond that. Like, this is unusable for anything. I don't know what the purpose of buying this would be other than to take it down. This is not a fixer-upper. This is a knocker-downer, you know? Like,
a knocker-downer.
Edition, you know,
Come
where they, like,
on.
renovate people's houses that are struggling. well, I say renovate, but they always knock them down. They wouldn't even like interview the family first. They would just come in with a wrecking ball and knock the whole thing down and then ask their story afterwards. Like, okay, so how'd you get in that situation? There's no hope. They wouldn't even pretend like they were considering doing this. You know, they'd be like, okay, cool house. Here's a new one. Worst one so far. Let's move on. Okay, next up, 350K in North Carolina. Okay, this looks nice. I know it's like the front, and we're gonna probably be scared in a second, but like, so far I like
gonna
it.
be
It's a lot
scared
of
in a
brick.
second.
Making a wall out of the same thing as your house is pretty cool. Makes your house kind of feel like a wall, like you're living in a wall. That's kind of cool. Nice big yard. Seems fairly well maintained, or at least not that old compared to the other ones. Let's see. Still liking it. No complaints here. Still liking it. No complaints here. The backyard's nice. Probably got mad spiders here, but that's
Mad
alright.
spiders.
Okay, the inside, it's fine. You know, whatever. This is definitely a Scooby-Doo hallway where they chase each other through different doors. But it's playful still, okay? Less playful, but still fine. It's
Actually, wait, let me see that hallway. That's what Sid's hallway looks like. Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
it's playful still, okay? Less playful, but still fine. It's a strange choice. This person who made this house like really had a thing for just all of one texture. They were like all brick, and inside all wood paneling, just everywhere to the ceiling. Love it. Okay, this is a different, this looks different, right? Is this the same? Huh, is this like a shed? I'm confused what part of the house this is, but this doesn't look as friendly as the rest of it, but it's also just winter time. I would probably knock this shed down, but the rest of it's fine. Yeah, I don't mind this. This is fine. This is like my first apartment. And honestly, all the ones since then, this is what they look like when you move in. Scary, but fixable, you know? Nice. 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 I mean, I get what they mean, don't get me wrong. This one's not, like, not haunted. But I don't think I would walk into this house and be like, ooh, You know, like, this is fine. Okay, there's a scary basement with a goofy door. Strange choice. Yeah, interesting kind of mint coloring. Feels kind of like an insane asylum. I like it. All right. Nice.
Oh my god, there it is, the thumbnail.
This choice.
Because that's where you kept the children.
Oh, brag about it. Thank you so much for this resub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah, that Mickey is so
What's
cursed.
going on? This is the least friendly part of the house. Why is it all kid themed? Yikes. This bathroom's haunted. And look, oh, nice living room. Yikes.
The
This is
basement
haunted
was
for sure.
probably
What
like the
even is
playroom
going
for the
on?
kids.
Dang, dude. Okay, I'm confused about how these rooms fit together. I really am. There's so many rooms that seem so disjointed. This house has secrets. Dang, alright. What the? What is this flooring? Dang, dude. Alright, I get
Dang,
the idea.
dude.
Alright, let's get out of here, huh? Okay, jeez. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Alright. Haunted rating? Tough one. Because I feel like it was fine for the first half, but then it just kind of got worse. I don't know how I feel overall. It just feels like there's like 15 rooms and like 9 of them are haunted, and that's still like, the rates aren't great, but they could be worse, you know? I don't like the creepy, like, child-friendly basement. That definitely takes it down a notch quite a bit. For 350K, I'm good. Let's move on. 600K, 3-bedroom, 4-bath. That's crazy to have more bathrooms than bedrooms, but I digress. Huge house.
Yeah, I
Oklahoma.
agree.
Let's go. Loving it so far. Nice
Oh,
big
that's
yard,
cute.
little driveway, I think, kind of. This is lovely. I like
Yeah.
this. I mean, I know there's like 44 more pictures here, but so far, I like what I see. But you know what they say? It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. It's still nice. Still nice. You're stalling. I can tell you're stalling. Show me the inside. It must be terrible in there if you're not going to show it. Oh. It's honestly not that bad so far. A little creepy, a little sacrificey, but that's okay.
A little
yeah,
sacrificey.
Cool fireplace, love it. Okay, definitely interesting. Just an old house. That's all this is. You're stalling again. There we go. Some stained glass like that. A little dungeon room. Very cool. Another little dungeon-y room. This is just a regular room. Just needs some new floor. Nothing wrong with that. I'm defending this house because I like it a lot. I like the outside and the yard. If we can get through this one without feeling like this one disqualifies itself, we're in the money here. This is definitely creepy. Don't love this. These little handrails. Don't love those. Especially that they stick out like 6 inches. You're gonna hit
Oh my
your
God.
elbows on those all the time. Random room. Not sure where that is. Cool. Okay, a little bit of a haunted bathroom, but they just moved on really quick from that one. A little study right next to the stairs. I love the fire exit sign down there. Makes me feel like I'm not in a home. What is this? That they have like an exit sign. I guess it could be like a wedding venue, right? Nice, cool. I mean, that's intricate. That's lovely. With a picture of the house in the house, that's crazy. Etched into the stone here. I love like the juxtaposition between like a room like this with this like ornate like copper. It's not copper, but like or maybe brass, I guess. Whatever fancy pants tiled whatever fireplace, and then it's like the most boring white gray room you've ever seen. This is like what every home built in the like 60s looks like. Nice, lots of doorways for ghosts to come out of. A little attic area. I like this. I think this house is fine. I really think it's not that bad so far. But I do think, whoa, little like industrial kitchen area, right? The yard is lovely, man. I'm sold. I think I would love this house. Like I would buy this house, I'd move in, and then like the sun would set, and I would be in this room looking around and hear like just the natural creaking of the old house, and I'd be like, you know what? I've made a terrible mistake. This house is all fun and games until it's nighttime. And you hear creaking, you will, because this house is probably extremely creaky. Beautiful house, definitely a top runner here so far. Look at this, okay? The inside.
I tried to catch my sneeze.
We don't have a price for it, but we do have this picture. I assume it's this one right here in the middle. Looks fine. It's like old brick, whatever. Looks fine. Right in the middle of the city somewhere.
What the fuck?
Never mind. All that I just said did not look fine. It looks like a giant boulder fell through the roof. Nice. Okay, this is haunted, but also
What'd you do?
Like, it's just destroyed, you know? It could also be haunted, but I think the bigger problem is that it's destroyed. Like, even if the ghosts in here were totally friendly and, like, they were totally homies for you, like, they would turn the lights off for you when you leave, stuff like that.
Homies.
Still not worth it. Even if this house was free, because look at this. What do you do with this? You
it's
don't
a
do
lot.
anything with this. You leave this. Or
you leave this.
This one is disqualified, in my opinion. There's just no house here, man. I don't know what to tell you. I could fix some things, but I can't build a house. Okay, next up. This one we also don't have a price for. 3 stories, potentially with an attic up here. I like it so far. Definitely needs a new paint job, but nothing I can't handle. Definitely the kind of house you see one light on.
I guess I gotta
no one home,
shade the trees
like
next.
Shadow walk past the window. I like it though. It's very ornate. And this is kind of what
I
I
like
expected,
it.
not gonna lie. No, actually it's not. I'm looking closer. I think the run-down nature of it is what I expected, but what's going on here? We got a bed here, middle of the room. Not even centered, just like kind of in the middle of the room, with a giant fan just blasting you in the face while you sleep. And then we have a little kiddie pool here. You know, maybe you can't sleep, you want to go for a little swim. That's the randomest thing ever. And then to make matters worse, we have 2 chairs for like observers who want to like hang out and watch you sleep. Maybe.
Oh, that was for sure.
Another kiddie pool.
Like a bedridden person's room.
That's probably for like a leaky ceiling. Like look at this, but I don't know, man. That's crazy. Dang, dude. Another one that just needs to be rebuilt.
Dang, dude.
Man, it looked great 100 years ago. Let me tell you. Oh, it was such a beautiful house 100 years ago. And I think that it should still be worth the same amount of money. In fact, that might actually be true, like adjusted for inflation. Like 50 grand, you know? Like this is what we're looking at here. I don't know how much they're charging with this one, but it's not worth much. It's like buying a cheeseburger, but they only give you the buns. And you're like, well, that's the easy part. I gotta do everything else myself. 390K, Massachusetts, 7 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3,700 square feet. Let's go. We got some tiny little low-res photos. My favorite. Very cool. Of this little sweepy driveway. These photos are so small on my screen. Show how full my screen is. And show how tiny the photo is. This photo was taken on like the first camera phone ever. You're stalling, I can tell. You're stalling. Let's see the inside. Here we go. A guillotine. Okay, it's an elevator. I think. Pulley system probably more like, but it also made me think of a guillotine, which, you know, makes a little more sense based on the vibes here. Nice,
yeah.
the lowest hanging light I've ever seen.
Oh my god, what the hell is that?
You hit your balls on that. Nice little blue and white room. They're trying to convince us they're normal. Not working, because we have this photo as well. Scary fireplace, very cool. Just disjointed everything. Look how misaligned everything is here. And then like this, what is going on here? There's already a mantle. Why'd you put a shelf on top of the mantle? And then what's this?
Why?
Is this the stairs for the next room over? Holy smokes, guys. Whoa. What is with there being a fireplace in every room? I guess this could predate like any other form of heating your home, but like we had furnaces. We've had
We
furnaces
had
for a while. The house I
furnaces.
lived in a couple years ago was like built in the 40s, I think, and it had a like old, but it was like a metal furnace that did a pretty good job of heating the home. It was haunted for sure, but that's like a given with these. But fireplaces in every room is crazy. Scary little medieval lanterns on the ceiling, very nice. And on the wall, the blue room, and of course,
oh, the blue
cage.
room.
Gotta have a cage for your old spooky home. There's the guillotine again with another
That's where I go.
low-hanging light. I don't know what you'd use this for. I know like sometimes people will hang a light really low so that they can like have it right above a table, but this is, I swear, too low for a table to fit underneath it. Like your table would be here and the light would be right here. What, huh? Nice checkered white and blue floor. Scary bathroom, dude. Don't love it. Nice. You got a picture of the woods, even though you live in the woods. Just go look out a window, dude. You have this for real outside. Why you gotta paint it on the wall? Yeah, here we go. To make
Probably because
matters
there's
worse,
things in
scary
the woods.
underbelly. This does not look like it's holding the house up very well, right? These look so dilapidated. I don't know if this is holding the house up. That's what I'm assuming. This is under the house, but it could not be, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, haunted as heck. I'm not buying this one. I don't think. I think this is haunted to its core. The outside, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But it's too haunted. Not a bad deal for how much square footage and rooms you get, but you're still gonna die, you know? And that's just not a good deal. Here we go. A nice cheap one for ya. 125K, Pennsylvania. 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,700 square foot. Why is this one kind of a banging deal? This one looks sweet. This looks great. Nice yard, well-maintained outside the house. Looks like more modern than we've seen today. Still looks old, but like fine. Looks like a nice backyard.
I don't know.
Neighbors are also like, everything looks nice, you know? A little crooked, broken garage door, easy fix, okay? Looks like every inch of the carpet has been peed on at some point, but other than that, I don't hate it. A little bit of like moisture damage, nothing unfixable. Dude, this is a sick deal. Where does this go wrong? This is sweet. I'm liking this. I mean, I get what they mean, but like the price doesn't lie. There's just a spooky door hanging out right here. There's nothing wrong with that though. Dude, when does this go wrong? This is nice. I'm vibing with this. Wait, was that wallpaper? Nope, just holes in the wall. Uh-huh. Okay, definitely like a trap door situation here. Something weird happened, but this room is noticeably more haunted than the other ones, but like it's not that bad. Interesting, but like still fine. Fine. Little creepy upper loft area, but I kind of like it. Little peeling paint, nothing wrong with that. Maybe some lead in the air. I can deal with it. Okay.
Maybe some lead in the air.
It's kind of fine with me, you know? It just needs some paint, maybe. I mean, it's spooky, okay? It's spooky, but you know what? In this economy, you're gonna have to deal with a little bit of spooky, all right? I'm gonna have to deal with a little bit of spooky. I'm looking for a place that I can make my own, and this is not spooky enough to keep me away. It's fine. You know, I have a friend who has a basement scarier than this, and he loves his house. No offense if you're watching this, but your basement is scary. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, dude. All right, this one is easily the #1 so far. Easily. I think this one probably will win. I don't know how we're gonna top this one. I get it, like it's haunted, whatever, boo-hoo. There's probably some ghosts, but they probably got like places to go. They're not just
There's
hanging
probably
out.
some ghosts,
They
but
probably have, like other more haunted houses that they go to. They're probably just here on the weekends. You know, this is like their
they're here on the weekends.
Need I remind you? 125K? Crazy, dude. 600K. Arkansas. Ozark. Like that TV show? I've never seen it. Does that show take place here? 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2,500 square feet, and it looks like a Minecraft house. It is a little
oh my god
castle for a very poor king who could only afford to build just one little square of castle. Also, he was probably not a king because this is Arkansas. But I like the vibe. Look at this. Someone had a dream. They wanted to have
the
a big
vibe
castle overlooking a big lake, and they settled for Arkansas, and I respect that. Nice. Like it. This is exactly what I think Arkansas looks like, so I'm happy to have that confirmed. Let's see the inside of the house now, shall we? Look how much yard space you get. This is also included, this little like shed house thing. Okay, guys. Actually, this is 600K. Let's not forget that. 600K. This better be good. Okay. It's not good. It's not good. It's fine. It's okay. Alright, yeah, whatever, man. I mean, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, scary dungeon door. I like that. Dang, you can go up there? Wow, okay. The haunted for sure. Overpriced for sure. But I mean, where else are you going to get a castle? Where else can you find
where else are you going to get a castle?
Personal size. like a little personal pizza of a castle. You can't afford the large family-size castle pizza. You gotta get the personal size. This is as good as you're gonna get, probably. No offense to you watching this. I'm just looking
Personal pan castle.
Castle. But this makes it seem like it's possible. Like you got a little 2 rooms for like 2 different prisoners, not just 1, 2 different prisoners with a little food door, put their porridge through. This is sweet. What a crazy place, because it looks like people are actively living in here. Like this is a lived-in space. This is someone's bed. Someone lives in this like extremely haunted, like scratchings on the wall prison room, you know? Nice. I want to meet the people that live here, you know, because they're probably just really wacky, eccentric people, maybe in a fun way. Could be in a crazy way, but they might just be really fun people that are like, ah, screw it, let's buy this castle, and let's just put, like, normal furniture in it and act like we're just in a regular house. Like, this is the most normal home goods store interior I've ever seen. This is like what my parents' house looks like, minus the walls. Nice, I love the granite countertops, gotta love those. I mean, this one, it's definitely gonna make a running for the top spot, but I don't think it beats out the last one, not gonna lie. I mean, you can't beat the view. And train tracks? That'll be fun for like a week until your castle shaking every like half an hour starts to wear you down. But yeah, cool view, cool house. 600K is a little steep though. I get that it is a castle, but probably gonna be too much for me to be seriously interested. Because remember, we're comparing it to this one, 125K, 70K, South Carolina, 4 beds, 4 bath, 5,000 square feet, dude. That's like $15 a square foot. That's a crazy deal. Turns out 70K
Now, I
just
wonder
gives you this tree and not the house
if
behind it. Front of the house looks a little spooky, fun.
making an
color.
overlay
Sure.
of this
You got a
color
nice,
will
scary
work.
light fixture in the front yard. Like it, love it. But do I gotta have it? Okay, the inside looks fine. Wallpaper, it honestly looks more well maintained
Maybe.
than the other ones. Like, it looks like someone in here tried to keep it together. I don't love this
Maybe.
scary door, though. I know it's just a fireplace, but it's still a scary little door. The walls are definitely falling apart. Definitely a little haunted. Like, none of these have been not haunted. Let me just say that. I'm comparing them to each other. They are all haunted, but how haunted they are is what matters here. This is a haunted little bed with some haunted little windows for sure, and so is this. But this room could be kind of a vibe, you know? You could have like a little greenhouse garden thing going on in here. Scary
Yeah, that's
staircase,
cute.
Freaky. Ooh, and it curves around. I love that. Nice.
I love that.
Nice. Alright, I think I get the idea. It's haunted, but it's
What
not
the
too
fuck?
haunted. It's a pretty big place, seems fairly well maintained. Kind of a chaotic yard, but that's okay. For 70,000, can it beat the other one? It's almost half the price, and it's bigger. But one of them's in Pennsylvania, and one of them's in South Carolina. But yeah, dude, this thing is almost triple the size for half the price.
Okay, now that I have it zoomed
I don't
out,
love this
that
one
color
as
is
much,
actually
though.
really
It's
good.
just a
I
better
like
deal.
that.
The economical part of me is like, for 70K, I can have a 5,000 square foot house that like looks fine.
Oh, backgrounds,
I can
man.
fix it up a little bit.
Backgrounds.
But then I'm in South Carolina. No offense, I don't know. I'm sure it's lovely. I've never been. I've only been to North Carolina. I don't know if that's like if you guys are like rivals or something. I'm more Team North Carolina, but I don't know. 70K is crazy. There's got to be a catch.
Team
here.
North
I don't know what it
Carolina.
is, but all right, those two are in the top running for sure. 80K in Minnesota, 3 bed, 2 bath, 2,000 square foot, a nice normal size home. 3 beds, 2 bath. That's like pretty normal. You got a nice big chimney and the letter A on it.
Chimney.
Let you know that you are awesome. It's nothing flashy, but that's okay. That's okay. This is fine. Yeah, this is normal.
Trying to get this done tonight. The background.
Rough, but that's okay.
Background's
This is
the
fine,
hardest
dude.
part
Where
for
do
me
you-
if there is one.
I mean, it's a little creepy. Not gonna lie. I was about to say, where do you live?
I mean, line art's like very, very tedious.
Bad house. Skinny,
Making
tall
the
door for a
background
skinny
look
guy to
good
go
is
through
another
or
thing,
come
though.
out of at night. Love the carpet in here, man. What is this, a laser tag course? Nice. All right, I get the idea. It's an old house, and this isn't great. This is not great. I mean, it's run down, but they're selling it for 80K. Like, the implication is like, hey, it's pretty rough. You'll have to do a lot of work. But, like, is it haunted, or is it just run down? Probably a little haunted, for sure. But, like, again, how haunted? There might be a ghost right there. Not gonna lie,
There might be a
in this photo,
ghost
but it's
right
fine.
there.
You know why it's fine? Because he's outside, not inside. That's big. Yep, this is fine. I don't mind it. This is normal
He's
creepy basement
outside,
stuff.
not
Whatever,
inside.
You know, maybe I'm just jaded because of how many actually terrifying houses we looked at, but this is fine. For 80K, it's a little bit of a fixer-upper, but like that's not a bad deal. Good size yard, not bad. And you're in Minnesota. Minnesota's nice. All right, let's do one more. 120K, Rock Island, Illinois. 4 bed, 2 bath, 2,400 square feet. We got one of those kind of old-timey mansions, I guess. Look at this nice tree out front, nice yard. kind of. Nice little patio
Kind
area.
of.
And look at that dark wood, bro. I like this so far. Definitely haunted mansion vibes, but let's go. Yeah, we got it. We saw it 3 times now. We're good. We saw that. All right, there's the door handle in case that informs your decision to buy this or not. There it is, even closer. I love the person who's taking the pictures here. Wow. Okay.
Really prioritizing that doorknob.
Don't get scary, because I like this a lot. If I'm gonna find a house, again, these are all haunted, but how haunted? 120K? How haunted are we okay with? This is fine so far. Well maintained. This house has been respected. I like it. The person taking these pictures loves this house. Nice. Little scary. Imagine just sitting in this chair, just staring at this wall as like your leisurely activity. Pretty cool. This could be the discipline room. Maybe snakes are in this box. I don't know. Nice little piano. Love that. I love the color on the walls. Ornate. Thanks for taking some detailed photos, my guy. Nice fireplace. Very cool. Ornate. I love it. Thank you. Man. This is, whoa, okay. The solitary
the
confinement
kitchen.
room for sure. I don't know why this room didn't get as much love as the other ones. I like the old stovetop thing here, and then like a straight up just Walmart microwave back there. Love that. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. This is cool. Some old light switches. Nice. I love this little, I mean, haunted. This is where the ghosts are for sure, but like I love
Phone's
this little under
dying.
the stairs little cubby area. Nice. They could never make me hate you, bro. They could never. Rocking chair. Gotta have one of those, because what else is gonna creep you out? Cool, cool, cool. Don't love the wallpaper, but I can deal with it. It's funny how boring the upstairs is compared to the downstairs. Like, they just put all the money into that front opening. Like, as soon as you walk in, you're like, this house is beautiful. And then the people that live there are like, don't look around. Just stay in here. It's losing me a little bit, but it's cool still. Nice. Scary attic with, again, one lone chair just facing a wall. Gotta have those for some reason. Oh, a bunch of them facing the wall. Very cool. This is where the ghosts have little, like, business meetings, you know?
Yeah,
Discuss their
business
strategy.
meetings.
Cool, nice little backyard. I like it, man. I don't love it as much as I thought, but I like it. It's like they've done some work in here. Very cool. All of it was kind of spooky, kind of whatever, except for this main area, which I love so much. But I think I wish that the whole house kept up this aesthetic. You know, I think if the whole house was this dark wood paneling and all this stuff with like the cool lighting and everything, I think this would be the top contender. Like, this would be the winner. But I think the fact that like 90% of the house was just boring like anything else, I think it lost me a little bit. I think I would be like, whatever, you know? So 120K in Illinois. All right, the top ones are this one for 125K in Pennsylvania. Loved it. Then there was this mint looking one that was 70K in South Carolina. It's a nice big house, big yard. And the one we just looked at a little bit ago, 80K, 2,000 square foot. Not bad, you know? And then when we just looked at the mansion one, love the opening, but that was kind of the only thing good about it, not gonna lie. For 120K, it's not bad. But I think my choice, drum roll please, out of all the ones we looked at today, the one that's got your best bang for your buck, your best ghost to value ratio, I think has gotta be this one. All right, I like it. It's modern enough for me. I need a little modern. I don't love the 4 bedrooms, 1 bath. You crazy? But other than that, honestly, not that haunted. I would definitely rip the carpet out. I would definitely.
Yeah, that is kind of
repaint and touch up here and
wild.
there. But me and the ghosts in here, looks like they got free reign to just go in and out of every room for these vents. They probably love that level of flexibility. I like this house, man. I think it was not bad. I think it had a lot of character to it, and this room's scary. But other than that, I think the house was nice, and I'll take it. 125K that I don't have. I'm not about to actually buy a house, but we can dream together. Nice, congrats, and sorry to the runner-ups. You guys did fine. Just a little too haunted, a little too run down for the price tag. But 125K in Pennsylvania for a nice, a good size, not too big home. I don't need a mansion. I just want like a place for my toys, you know what I mean? Yep, I like it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what house you liked the most and if it was the same one. I'm sure a lot of you guys will land in the same top 4 as I did, but if you didn't, if something earlier on tickled your fancy, like maybe some of you guys liked this, you know? Maybe you're like a sewer rat watching this, like, ooh, this is nice. I kind of like this.
Sewer rat.
Or like, you know, ones like this that were good houses for the most part. They were just a little pricey. Maybe you're down for that, you know? Maybe you got 350K lying around and you're just like, what the heck, man? Let's live it up. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I know, random video idea, but I like to do just my random
Oh
ideas
yeah,
once
his
in a
random,
while,
but it
just
was
for It's
fun.
probably a one-time thing, but hopefully you had fun with me, because I had fun with you.
Yeah.
You're kind of a hoot to hang out with, you know that? Don't hide your
Actually, you know
wonderful
what? Why would there
personality from the
be...
world. Get out there, okay?
I mean, okay, there'd be a little bit of a shadow right there, but like the fire's right there.
Special. All right. See ya.
I don't think it'd be that big, right?
You know what's funny though is that my apartment is so not haunted. And
Whatever.
Even living here creeps me out. So there's no way I would survive in any of these houses. That's the truth.
You baby.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to JV's Galactic Adventure. My name is JV, and today we're checking out
Speaking of haunted.
Casper. Okay, this movie came out in 1995. It's a fantasy family movie, and it's Halloween season. I got some Halloween decorations.
Halloween season.
We're gonna do some spooky content, so leave suggestions for more spooky content, scary movies in the comment section. I hate scary movies because they're disgusting and scary. So if there's anything you want me to watch, please let me know by commenting it down below. I have done a bunch of scary movies already. I've done The Thing. That was like one of the first movies I did on this channel.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, is that a scary movie and disgusting and crazy. But this one
disgusting and crazy.
Scary movie. So dipping my toes in. Let me know what else you want me to watch, and let's get started. So it can be anywhere from like Goosebumps, you know, like lighthearted, scary stuff, to like Paranormal Activity, like that type of stuff. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section what movies you want me to watch for October.
What if Casper?
Ghost.
What if Casper scares him?
The character when I was a kid, like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but I never saw this movie, so I kind of have no idea what it's gonna be about.
You're missing out. It's so good.
Polaroid camera. There's some brave kids. Whoa, look at that place. What the heck? It looks like a temple of some sort.
A temple. Okay, and then I need to get fireplace light. Or not fireplace.
You gotta take a selfie.
Guys, don't fight. I'll take the picture.
Casper.
Oh wow, that really.
There is Casper, the friendly ghost. So, not gonna be scary. This movie, come on. Casper, the friendly ghost. 51% not tomatoes. Get out of here.
Why are you watching someone watch a movie? I don't know. I wanted to see what their thoughts on it was.
Down, nice.
Believe that what we might express is that the sudden death of her only father has left a great gaping void in her life.
In her bank. This guy, known for that slow wave. He was in a ton of commercials back in the days.
Staff Manor in Maine.
Yeah, he was.
And I make the lunch. Several, excuse me. You know, it was lousy 50 years ago. Now it's condemned.
Wait. This is not real.
Property. Maybe it might be worth something.
Flip a lot more money than me.
What are you doing? What the hell is she doing? You get property, a beachfront property, even the land is worth something. What?
A treasure hunt. Treasure.
Ah, you should have just should have read that in your mind and not out loud. You went there on your own. She didn't want the place. I don't recognize this
It's
lady.
a good point.
There's plenty of names.
Oh, burned his hand. Okay, so she's the villain, obviously. Oh, his hand really got burned.
Brilliant assumption.
Why does he do everything she says? Who is this guy to her? Her lawyer or something? Drives off. What a jerk. This place is amazing. Look how big it is. Clean it up. Look at it.
Look at it.
They didn't bring a flashlight.
What a dump.
Are you kidding me? This is where they shot Backstreet Boys music video. Everybody. Oh gosh.
With it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lord, you're fired. His hand's gonna burn again. So this guy's gonna get slapstick comedy throughout the whole movie, right?
Are you the caretaker?
Let me see.
What does that mean?
I must warn you, I am armed.
The cell phone. 1995. Here we go.
I guess.
Whoa.
I'll do the
CG.
rocks.
He said don't scream.
You shouldn't do that before you wake up. Too late.
Oh. What the heck? Oh.
That's such a mild reaction. Whoa, what the heck?
Oh, Range Rover. Very nice. truck.
Dang.
Who's that?
Stuff's
So
happening.
Casper, it's like you're gonna wake up. So maybe those are his uncles or something, or like his relatives.
I've quite big space. Not, like exactly who
Oh god, this good.
and I talk to them
I've seen of the videos. Yeah, it's no problem. Piece of cake, piece of crumb cake.
Done it before. He's seen videos. He's gonna be running out of there. I've seen videos of people doing it. I think I could do it.
Nah, I'm pretty confident.
He's never actually done it. He's gonna run out of there so fast. I can do it. Oh, Casper is all grown
I
up
can
now.
do
That
it.
snapping noise. Yeah.
Oh, it was fine, but no problem. He's a kid.
Oh! What the hell? What? Crossover? Ghostbusters?
What do I usually do when something stands in my way?
Are you kidding me? They got the Ghostbusters. They killed the priest. Or is... They not... His head was backwards. They killed him.
No, he's fine.
Now I want to rip this place down.
They can't kill people in a kid's movie.
Ghostbuster crossover.
Oh wait, I take that back actually.
Oh my god, her Range Rover. Oh. That's like a $50,000 to like $150,000 car.
Honest. Every time. All I want's a
Poor
friend.
Casper. Mr. Rogers. I used to watch him as a kid.
It's kind of funny how mild his reactions are.
They have power? I can't believe they got Ghostbusters on this movie. That's incredible.
Are you lonely? Do you need someone to talk to? No problem. If you're a ghost.
I love how authentic that commercial is. So what are you drawing today? Hi, Darth. I'm working on a Norbert X OC
Wednesday.
commission for somebody on Tumblr. And I'm trying to finish up the background tonight.
Wednesday.
I think I can do it. I think I just got like the grass
What? You can leave? Fly around?
and this rock
So
over
I
here to
can't believe that
shade.
the Ghostbusters aren't able to
Then I can
capture
start
his voice. That's pretty crazy.
working on the
Oh,
fire.
it's just a comedy.
Whenever I have
I'm sure
a
they would've.
commission or like a picture where the background's a big focus, I do that first and then I color the characters. Get the hard part out of the way.
Common now, those like not common, but
Grass.
the television,
Yeah,
televisions
grass.
that kind of move around the house. Not that common, but it's possible.
This grass.
Reminds me of The Conjuring. Here they come. So he's a ghost doctor, psychiatrist.
In 9 different cafeterias. Wait,
What?
I can't even remember anyone's name.
We've just been kind of vibing, watching videos.
I mean, come on, we're moving to Friendship, Maine.
That's messed up.
You sound like
Was looking for her. She would have came to you then.
She would have came to you then. Damn.
Clearly is. And this
You're meant to read that as plankton. Grass.
Yeah, they're not like televised and everything. They're celebrities.
This art makes sense. Norbert was the heartthrob between the Angry Beavers when it came to love. Oh yeah.
They're looking for more scary content.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for it because I've gotten a lot of. I mean, so I ship Rocco and Norbert. That's not a secret. And when posting my art of that, I've got a lot of commissioners wanting me to draw their own Rocco ships. Rocco got a lot of attention, and I was surprised I didn't get any interest for Norbert until this one. And I'm like, yeah, there we go. There we go. Now he's getting his own commission. It's like, yeah, people like Norbert. They like Daggett, but they like Norbert for different reasons.
I also did Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I've also done Netflix show called Stranger Things Season 4 on the channel as well. Ghosts. I'm sure the mother would have come back to them, right? Like, why would the ghost, she be lost? She would go back to them if she had unfinished business. But you guys, I know a lot of people.
And you just explained the
believe in ghosts.
turmoil with that character in
the comments were yes. So
one sentence.
You guys, do you believe in ghosts? Do you think they're real? Let me know in the comment section.
It's not so bad, huh?
Oh, her car's okay. Alright.
I love this concern for her car and nothing else. Wait. What is this,
Why are they looking at her like this? The hell? That was weird. So close.
As with the traditional psychological cure, it
Like
can take
this
weeks
close to his face. Move back.
Move back! As a car guy, I understand his concern for the car.
Oh, chandelier? What is that?
Yeah, I just don't get it, I suppose.
Alright, Casper, show yourself. Backstreets back. I'm pretty sure they filmed Backstreet Boys video, music video here. You know the one I'm talking about. Halloween one.
Man, no they did, and that's a unique mansion.
Everywhere.
That was specifically catered for this film.
Dude, for his forehand.
It has such an iconic look that you can't replicate.
A lot of cobwebs, man.
A lot of cobwebs, man.
She actually did it. He didn't do anything.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah, they're just the fuses. Like this, the old school one, you spin.
This I'm just gonna,
it's
yeah.
Like the modern one is like the flip switch.
That's
breakers.
completely in shadow.
Look at all the levels. There's a second level and a third level. Plus, there's a basement. This needs to be cleaned. This hallway.
This needs to be cleaned. It's been abandoned for like years because it's haunted, Brady. I try to compare. No, I try to combine two words.
Oh, like the.
I'm tired.
Donald Duck's kids or something. Daffy Duck, Donald Duck. Whoa! Look at the ceiling. It's like someone burned something.
Mm-hmm. Unique ceiling.
What are you gonna do, Casper?
Nothing.
This is a nice room.
Oh, I forgot the inside of the log. I need to do that too.
Entertainment, a mom, or yeah, wife.
Hey, if I help you unpack?
Yeah, I think I'm satisfied with that.
Oh, whoa.
Just need to do
And 2,000.
these. Cut.
The heck? Can she hear him?
No, of course not.
Oh, guys, not Pittsburgh. High School Musical 3 is coming out next. Okay, so after this movie, High School Musical 3 is coming out. So people are asking, it's coming next.
I don't care about High School Musical. This dude's fucking laugh. Haha.
Oh. Oh gosh. Oh, because they caught her, Casper.
You can. It goes right there.
Ew. Oh, the water's so gross.
I do care about Casper. He's a sweet boy.
The water's
I like this movie. It's the bit that was in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What are you saying?
These ones can.
Oh, please. Please tell me you're gonna get the scream.
Like there's no ghost? I thought he believed in ghosts. Yeah, there it is. There's the ghost.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Has you never seen a ghost? What he did? Was that all a gimmick? I thought it was experienced. It's a friendly ghost.
No.
Hiding in the closet. Doesn't do anything. Oh crap, they're home. These guys are there. Whoa, look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, they went to the racetrack? Oh, that's the stinky one. Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso.
Yeah, where's dinner? I'm starving.
Oh, riveting.
Oh, Casper's Cinderella?
Buddy. That's one way to put it.
Remember what they did to the priest, so holy crap.
Hey, Fatso, you smell something?
Yeah.
No, besides
Yeah. Place Fatso. Sounds familiar.
Sounds like me when I'm tired, just like, oh yeah. Look at that.
Oh. Made him faint?
Sometimes I color my lines. I wonder.
Oh, you're inside of him. Ugh. Oh.
I can probably. I can get.
Oh my god.
I can get away with.
Hey, Mel Gibson. Oh.
Whoa.
The Crypt Keeper. Tales from the Crypt. Cameos. Jump over it. Jump over it.
Smellogram.
Okay, babe. How about? Yeah, he's just kind of like, ah, man, whoa, that's crazy. I'll pull up the Trimmers video you sent me. And we'll watch that. Ooh, or should we watch The Gate? Hey, you, hey, hey, you stop. You stop that. I see what you're doing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I wish that was a little more interesting. That's a little too, that's a little too, low energy for this low energy stream. Oh my god, these guys.
Welcome to Review, a new series from Red Letter Media.
Do we need to color the lines?
And I'm Jay.
I'm Mike.
Still?
Still.
Okay.
Still,
That's
Mike?
a really clever title for a show, by the way.
Thanks.
Who came up with that?
I did.
It wasn't Rich Evans?
Nope.
Rich Evans wanted to call the show the Kevin Smith Hour for some reason.
He also wanted to call it On Cinema.
Yeah. I think that one's taken, though.
I think so, yeah. But anyway, a lot of people ask for us to talk about movies we like instead of watching bad B-movies or bitching about new Hollywood films that suck. And this show is not intended to replace Half in the Bag or Best of the Worst.
No.
So before anyone starts typing that into their YouTube comment fields,
There's already 120 comments asking that.
I don't know, do we need to do this? We'll just like, we'll make it a different color, but let me see.
We may talk about a movie that we hate. You know,
I definitely think it needs to be not solid black.
Best of the Worst, where we want to break it down a little more thoroughly.
Yeah.
Make it a little softer.
Movies that you may or may not have seen.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk about today, for example, we're going to talk about Tremors.
How long is this one? It's 18 minutes, okay. I can probably put another one on after this too.
Motivate you to go and buy it, or rent it, or watch it.
Go and buy it,
Blockbuster.
or rent it.
Yep.
So, Mike, what is so special about this Kevin Bacon movie about worms under the ground that eat people.
Worms under the ground.
It is
like a big
crab.
crab.
And you can say, like, I don't know, it does hold up.
Absolutely.
I've rewatched it. It holds up almost 100%, except for one shot. Tremors is like, it's like a Ghostbusters level of film where it achieves near perfection in every aspect of it.
Which is ironic, because the name of the town in the movie is Perfection.
I actually really like this color for the fire. I think I'll keep it.
It's a monster movie. It's a throwback kind of monster movie, but it is perfect in its execution, creativity,
screenplay, structure.
The screenplay is flawless, and that's what I think that's a big thing for me, because I'm a structure guy.
Yeah.
And there are other movies that I will enjoy that are completely structureless and just weird, but this movie is perfect, and I think that's what I really like about it. And we'll talk about what the premise is. I love the creativity.
Well, you mentioned that it's kind of hokey monster movie. I would say what makes it special is that it's not hokey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hokey premise that's played not serious, because it's obviously a very comedic movie, but the horror aspects or the monster aspects those are played straight. It's the balance of the humor and the
balance.
Serious threat, I think, is handled really well.
Look, these creatures are absolutely unprecedented.
Yeah, but where do they come from?
It's like it has the Ghostbusters tone, where there's a serious threat, and there's humor, but it's very dry, and everything it's not like, there's no ghost that throws up ectoplasm all over someone's face, and they go, oh no, it got in my butt crack, and...
Oh, Mike, I didn't know you hate women.
What? Well, what's the premise?
Well, the premise is, it takes place in almost the middle of nowhere, Perfection, Nevada. Population 14, right?
It's 14, I believe.
14. It's a tiny little, it's not even a town. It's like 3 buildings.
So there's a trailer, there's one house, and Chang's convenience store.
Chang's convenience store. And this town has to deal with monsters. These giant underground worms with little snake monsters for tongues, and then just having to deal with this monster crisis.
Yeah, well,
how they band together as a town.
Make this a little more
That's one of the
pink.
things I like too, is that people always think of this movie as like Kevin
That's
Bacon's
a little
in
too
it, but
pink.
It really is an ensemble. It is about this whole town.
Yeah, there we go.
Really
That's
well
neat.
fleshed out and
I like
really
that.
distinct characters.
Well, that's one of the screenplay elements that I absolutely love, is how well it's structured. And in screenplay terms, your first 10 minutes are very important. They're the 10 minutes, 10 pages are what hooks you in. We get introduced to Val and Earl, Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon, and they're junkers.
Wait, Fred Ward and who?
Kevin Bacon.
And Kevin Bacon?
And ironically, throughout the entire film, there is a group of...
Oh, can I make a suggestion with the fire to make the image layer a bit more naturally...
No,
Wait, I'm sorry, what are you asking?
And very early on, it's
Sorry, I tried to catch that sneeze. Make the image layer a bit more naturally? You mean make it not look like clip art? You want it to be more realistic? I can try, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to, like, do some finagling. I'm not gonna change the, I'm gonna still keep it, like, cartoonish, but I can, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
It's established that they have a case of the not gays.
You will have long blonde hair, big green eyes, world-class breasts, ass that won't quit, and legs that go all the way up.
A tinge of green of the fire would flow it to the center.
they run into a female college student who's a student of seismology,
Maybe, yeah.
who's maintaining the equipment that read the tremors under the ground, aka love interest. Great. And then throughout the first 10 minutes of the film, we are introduced to almost every major character. Burt Gummer, played by Michael Gross, the dad from Family Ties. We have a McIntyre, the little girl from Jurassic Park, and her mom. The little girl from Jurassic Park bounces around on a pogo stick.
Her mom is played by Charlotte Stewart, who's a David Lynch regular.
Okay.
Who's Mary X in Eraserhead.
All right.
That's what I like. Lots of good character actors in this.
Yeah.
Because then there's Chang, who is played by the actor that's been in multiple John Carpenter movies. He was Egg Shen in Big Trouble in Little China.
But really, like, there's a lot of little things that get set up. I think Chang's soda refrigerator.
Well,
like when it goes through
the
its
funny thing
refrigerator-
about that is the, this character here's got green on him. So... I don't know, it might help. Sometimes what I do with fire is, like, I'll have it, like, slightly transparent. Oh, can't do Lumi because it's in a different folder. Let me see. What I also do, I'll do, like, the third layer of the fire sometimes, like... Is that in your art tools for the program? You mean the luminosity? Yeah. Sometimes I do, like... Because, you know, fire's got layers to it. There's... It usually has, like, 3 layers. And the center is... the lightest. This probably looks like shit at the moment. I'm going to be learning digital, so I know nothing about digital. Yeah. It kind of depends on what program you have, but I know, like, Psy and GIMP have these kind of effects where, you can change the mode, and, if there's a layer directly beneath it, it'll affect it, like, multiply will make it darker, and people like to use that as a cheat for shading, as well as luminosity being their light source. You can mess with that. There's overlay, which is kind of like a middle point between multi and lumi. It's not too dark, not too light. I don't know why anyone would use binary. Like, what does that do for anyone? But, yeah. This isn't the full version of Psy. Like, the actual version has something called Lumi Shade, which I think does, like, a 2-in-1. I don't know how that works, but it's kind of interesting. But yeah, it all just kind of depends on what program you get. I've been using Psy for years. I think it's a good program. The only thing it's missing is a text function. Because I make a lot of comics, and it would be so helpful if I had a way to just do text within my program. That's what GIMP is for. I port everything to GIMP and I fix it in that. Anyway. How is this program spelled? I want to look it up. SAI. Paint tool SAI.
Duration cycle, and it makes all that noise. I think they set that up.
Oh yeah.
But basically, the 10-minute mark is when they decide to leave, Valinor decides to leave Perfection and say screw it after a septic tank hose breaks and squirts poop in their face. They say fuck this, we're out of here. And then they start encountering signs of the tremors.
Hey,
dead up there 3 or 4 days. He sat up there and just died of thirst.
And it follows the Jaws formula of Jaws did it just because they couldn't get their mechanical shark to work, but that was to the movie's advantage, where we just don't see much of the monsters. And when you first do, it's the little snake thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess that's it. And then it turns out it's attached to a much larger creature.
Stakes raised. We have gigantic underground worms that are killing people. And that, of course, leads to the discovery, the best thing of all in the film is that, and which is where the clever premise comes in. It's not just monsters eating people.
Right.
They're just animals that are hunting, but they hunt by vibrations.
Yeah.
Like when you walk on the ground or something, that's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
And I always love a movie where there's a group of people that are trapped in a situation. They have to figure their way out, and they have to do smart things, or they may do dumb things that get them into worse trouble. But I always love that kind of movie where instead of just like shooting guns or whatever,
Shooting guns or whatever.
They do it cleverly.
Yeah.
They do it
One of the most horrifying
cleverly.
scenes in the movie is when Chang gets eaten. But yeah, that's the moment where everything changes, and they're like, oh, okay.
Everything changes?
Changes. This is a serious fucking problem we have.
Yeah.
And that leads into the middle 20 minutes.
Okay, maybe if I put this.
Just the best thing ever. The scene
alright.
in the Chang's market.
Let's see.
They all get up to the roof. The girl's on the. At first, she's on top of the shelves.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the tremors are pushing the shelves over. It's just great. And then, like,
it's
has
just
the Jaws,
great.
Logic where we don't see the monster. You save money by not seeing the monster by just doing smoke, shaking the houses, but still has the same effect. You know they're down there, and that's almost
I would say
scarier.
it's more effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works better. It leaves more to your imagination.
Yeah, and throughout the film, they just keep getting smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
And
and that's another thing they established is that they learn quickly.
They learn very quickly, and soon they're going to.
What if I overlaid this?
A constantly escalating
That doesn't do
Yes, a constantly
anything.
escalating threat, which is countered by constantly escalating ways
Okay, we'll
to deal
do
with the threat
50.
and coming up with ideas and solutions.
Yeah.
And that's really the entertaining part.
I don't know about the.
Too, is that now we have these well-defined characters that are in this well-defined situation.
I'm on the fence about the green.
We're rooting for them, and they have to come up with more increasingly
know.
clever ways to get out of it.
Except for one of the best scenes in motion
Let me
picture
see.
history.
Oh, you're talking about the one that intentionally goes the complete opposite
Do you mean
direction
like?
and just has them shooting? Yeah.
Burt Gummer. And
Great.
his wife,
None of
they're
this is
like
connected.
survivalists,
Hold on.
Doomsday prepper kind of people, and they have guns and all that kind of stuff. And the creatures go and bust. One of the creatures busts through into their bunker into the basement. There's one shot that made me laugh out loud upon my most recent viewing. Is they start shooting at it, and the camera goes like this and pans over. A great comedy shot reveals an entire wall of guns. And I just laughed out loud. And it's the most amazing scene. A perfect mixture of miniatures and live action.
This is like the best movies with lots of visual effects, especially like creature movies or fantasy movies. It's the every trick in the book type movie.
The most amazing thing was, I think, the shootout in the basement, because they had most of the head, enough to swallow Chang and all that, but they didn't have the
I
entire
think I get
the
it.
thing busts through the basement wall, the cinder blocks, full scale. A couple shots later, miniature, because it needed to go up and smash through the ceiling.
But it's the editing of it and the way, you know, the choice of shots that really.
I think it could work if I do it like subtly.
But it mixed in with that is one of the most brilliant live action to miniature shots ever. live action shot, life-size gun, miniature gun, and there's a couple of shell casings on the floor too.
Well,
it's
yeah,
a
it'd be
fluid
more obvious
movement.
if it was
yeah.
that. You have to have that fluid movement.
So it's like amazing, like just the simplest little trip like that.
It's a shame they had that one composite shot.
Yeah,
I don't know if
they
they felt
didn't
they needed to like connect the two more, but
Probably.
it did the opposite of that.
The that whip pan move was beautiful, and that connected it better than the clunky green screen shot. One other thing I noticed on a recent review of this film, sound and editing. Something that I didn't notice as a young person watching it, but now I do as a 58-year-old man, is watching it and going, oh, that's really well constructed the way that they did all this, because I noticed one thing, like you'll have a scene, then the scene will kind of end, and it'll end quietly.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
And the next scene will start with some kind of loud noise, because obviously the film's about don't make noise on the ground.
Yes.
So Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward go to find the doctor, and of course the previous scene, the doctor gets sucked into the ground, the wife climbs in the station wagon gets sucked into the ground. They go there, and it's quiet. And they have Kevin Bacon accidentally kick over a bucket, and then Fred Ward goes up and he walks down this like ramp. So they had them do actions in the scene instead of just walking out going, "Doctor,
yeah,
doctor." They had Kevin Bacon kick over a bucket, and they had him Fred Ward walk down a ramp. Just little touches like that, and I'm noticing like there are a lot of little moments in the movie like that before they know they can't make noise, where they're unknowingly making noise when they don't really need to.
When you're not really thinking.
Yeah,
about
I don't know if I quite have that same
That's the cleverness of the filmmaking. There's also a lot of cleverness in
thing. I appreciate the feedback though.
Setup and payoff.
I think like if I keep it subtly.
Sometimes when it's obvious, because then it just becomes predictable.
Maybe.
This is like they set up things just subtle enough.
Yeah, everything's set up.
Maybe. I think that's like pretty much the.
But yeah.
Oh, I didn't color the singular leaf over here. Hold on.
The guy or guys that created Tremors and the concept of it originally was a land shark.
Which layer are you on?
That was
this one.
Saturday Night Live sketch.
That's why they stopped.
Okay.
The guy who.
There we go.
Retooled it and stuff, and which was smart because land shark sounds terrible.
Yes.
But the Tremors concept.
There we go.
And that's another thing that's great about the movie too is at least the first one. I don't know what they get into the sequels, but basically they hypothesize that the tremor creature, the graboid, whatever you want to call it, is.
I wonder if I can get away with
dinosaur or ancient creature.
Yeah.
Like doing a flat layer,
out there in the
flat
desert,
color layer, and
really
just.
Creatures have never been discovered by man because it's so remote. They don't say it came from space.
That's kind of a lot to deal with, though.
I still say it's from space.
Yeah, sure.
There's jokes about it. But
they're like,
What is that?
rednecks
Okay,
almost,
fire
but
lines.
The girl's looking at its fins, and it has sort of like a exo armor, like exoskeleton nose.
Yeah.
It has like sharp skeletal nose, so they can dig through the ground. It's like instead of just a stupid monster, it's very.
I guess I'll put them on separate layers for now.
The design of it has the little fins and the nose and stuff that make it seem like it could be a real creature, and that's part of the fun too. Is that it's not an alien, it's not a dumb monster.
Right.
It's a
I didn't color his feet.
creature that doesn't have any kind of motivation other than just it wants to eat. But anyway, check out Tremors. That's our spotlight film for today. You could skip all the sequels except for maybe the fourth one. Jay likes parts of the second one.
I think they all have positive elements. Not the fifth one. Fifth one's horrible.
Not the fifth one.
And the third one, the only good thing about the third one is that it brings a lot of those characters back. And that's interesting. Like the first one, the third and fourth one, like they seem to really emphasize characters first. and then the monster adventure stuff kind of second. They seem to really like their characters, which is good.
They say there's nothing new under the sun. But under the ground. I thought as a diehard Tremors fan, you would know what to say.
I know what happens in the movie. I don't know what happens on the goddamn poster. Does it say that under
I don't
the
know what
ground,
happens on the goddamn
dot?
poster.
Like that?
Ellipses.
So what do they mean?
I mean, Matt. It's time to end our show.
Buddy, I feel that. I've been wanting to sleep. Alright. Well. I thought I had maybe one other, video in my playlist. That wasn't the Casper one. Let me look. I have, videos like later on in the playlist that I didn't show yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, the last one is like an hour long. I don't think I can be here another hour. Okay, let me... It's a 12-minute video. I put this one in here because it's like, I don't know, it's silly. I think I'm gonna flat color the characters and then call stream because I'm getting pretty tired. I want to finish an episode I was watching, and probably sleep. I put this one in for Severin specifically. I think he'd find it amusing what they do for character stand-ins. Oh, that's a little loud.
Start storytime channels. I've done commissions for quite a long time, and I've had to work with a lot of different people, but to this day, this specific situation sticks out as one of the most unusual string of events that have ever happened to me. I was around 14 years old. And for added context, I wasn't the type of all-grown-up 14-year-old you'd find on Instagram acting like an influencer. I was the type of 14-year-old you'd find all alone playing with dolls in their room. I was in this fandom where pretty much everybody had a self-insert character, and everybody wanted art of their self-insert character. And communities like that are great if you're doing commissions. It's way easier to find work. Also, my commissions were embarrassingly cheap, but I'll save that story for another time. One day, I got a DM with a commission request. And for the sake of the story, I'll call the commissioner Miss Piggy. Not because she resembled Miss Piggy in any way, I just really like the Muppets and I felt like drawing Miss Piggy, so we're going with that. Miss Piggy didn't have a character reference, but she did provide links to a lot of images to help describe what the character is supposed to look like. The hair, the clothes, little details, and so on. Communicating with her was kind of tricky though. It was clear there was some kind of language barrier, and I also couldn't tell if she had this weird, almost entitled attitude, or if it was just unintentional and all in my head. She would also mention details that felt pretty random at the time, like that her fiancé is going to pay for everything. I don't know, maybe if I had a rich fiancé paying for my $3 commissions, I would also like to boast about it.
My $3 commission!
Details for the story. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. I don't judge people for stuff like that at all. So I sat down, drew her commission, and she really liked it. She liked it so much that she asked for several more commissions. This time she had several links to references for the poses. Draw my character doing this, draw them in this pose. draw them together with my fiance's character, just like it is here, just replace the other character with my own. Needless to say, I had my hands full and I was very excited to start working, though if I dared post any other art in between working on her commissions, Miss Piggy would immediately jump in my DMs and start asking, why am I posting random art? Why am I not working on her commissions? Shouldn't I be working on her commissions? Lady, you DM'd me like 2 hours ago. Have you seriously just been sitting here and furiously reloading this underpaid 14-year-old's page to see if they finished your drawings yet? She was becoming a bit...
Okay, I need to pull up one of my drawings of Norbert so I can get the colors that I want for it. Let me see. Let me see. Am I really about to pull up ship art that I did to get color reference? I think I might have to. That one's not too bad. Actually, nah, you know what? If we're gonna like expose ourselves on the internet, we'll do a cute one. This one's cute. This one's cute. Yeah.
It's stressful to work with, so I sat down, drew all of her requests in one sitting, posted them, and she was really happy with them. And you know, I was happy too. I think I did a good job with them. I had earned my $10.
That's a cute one. Thank you.
I thought.
He's embellished.
So
oh my goodness. Oh.
It was about art theft. Now why would I be tagged in a post about art theft?
I love the
Well, you see, when Miss Piggy was giving me those references for what her character needs to look like, most of the things were pretty simple, straightforward. You'd see them on a lot of characters. But one reference was for a design, a pretty distinct design. I didn't really think much of it. I just put it on the character like I was told and posted. Well, it turns out that Miss Piggy took that design from someone else's character reference sheet, just cropped it out and gave it to me and like, yeah, I want this on my character now. And it just so happens that person was a follower of mine and saw all of my posts that included their design, and they were not happy about it. Now, this person thankfully recognized that the drawings were commissions and that the character actually belonged to Miss Piggy, but I was still so embarrassed to have my art in that post, in that context. Well, I guess that's just a really awkward situation. I don't know what happened there, but I can still remove the design from the drawings and they'll be just as good, right? Well, some weirder things came up. Shortly afterward, I got another DM, and this one was from Kermit, the fiance? He was asking me to delete one of the commissions that I had done. It was the one that was based on another drawing with Kermit's character and some other character. He didn't explain the details, but apparently that drawing was very important to him. And the fact that Piggy literally just asked to redraw it and replace the other character with herself had really upset him. It had upset him so much that he said they broke up. They were engaged, and they broke up over something I drew? Like, I'm sure I was missing a ton of context. Maybe there were other issues in their relationship, but from my perspective, it looked like my drawing had severely impacted other people's lives.
That's wild.
I felt really, really weird about the whole situation. I had no idea what I had become part of. But I have to commend Kermit for being very, very nice and polite about it. He said, yo, it's not your fault, you didn't know. I'm still going to pay you for all the work you did, and I hope you have a great day. That was very nice of him, because some people were not that nice. So the person who drew the original picture with Kermit's character came forward, and they were really not happy.
It makes me question how strong their relationship was to begin with, right? That's crazy. That's insane.
And they were not happy with me, of all people. They came over to my public profile page that everybody could see with a very intimidating Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's icon and started demanding that I send them over half of what I earn on that commission because I based my drawing off of theirs, therefore profiting off of their hard work. Now I'm not gonna lie, their tone and icon legitimately intimidated me because I was just so scared that they're gonna run around and spread rumors about
Hold on, what?
copying people's work, profiting
They
off
don't-
of
do I
other
color the
artists,
buttons usually?
and then I'll
No, I don't.
eventually get kicked out of the fandom because of it. But as intimidating as they were, I wasn't going to send them those $5. You know, looking back now, their demand felt very unreasonable to me. I want to stress this wasn't a Butch Hartman copies random fan art for $200 moment. This was me referencing a pose like I was instructed to do, the same way I would reference a photo for a pose. Like, we all know that copying other artists' work without permission or credit is bad. You shouldn't do it. But then there are some situations that really depend on context and extent and malicious intent. Like, you can't run around saying, oh, your character is also a white rabbit? Well, so is mine. That means you copied me. Even if they did, does it matter? In my personal opinion, if it's a very simple pose that could have easily been described in one sentence without even seeing the picture, then it's not something that should be copyrighted. Even if you're studying someone else's drawing, it really depends on how much you actually take away from it. I didn't trace a thing on the reference image. I studied it and genuinely spent a lot of time making sure the pose looks organic and fitting to my style. I think I even made tiny changes to make it more distinct from the reference. Let me know your thoughts on the issue if you have any, because even if you disagree with this, there was a bigger reason why I couldn't send them the money. I didn't know how.
I didn't know how.
Selling shit for lemonade stand prices, and since I was underage and literally didn't own a credit card, I told people to send all my commission money to my dad's PayPal account, and then he would later give me the money or buy me something. I didn't even know how to log into his account and use it, and I loved my dad a lot. I really didn't want to get him involved in this. So what was I going to do? I couldn't really do what they were asking me, but I was way too timid to argue back, and I was way too embarrassed to explain why I can't send the money, so I did the only thing I knew how to do. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right about everything. I agree. I did you dirty. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I can't send you the money. I just can't. But
I just can't.
Maybe you would accept some free art instead? Fine. Draw my cat. So I drew their cat. They gave me a dry thank you, which was honestly more than I was hoping for. And that seemed to finally be the end of it. I didn't hear from anyone else involved in this ever again. A couple of years later, I checked on Miss Piggy's account where she had posted an apology for everything that had happened, and said she had moved to a new account to start all over again and try to be a better person. I hope she's doing well. I definitely hope Kermit's doing well. He seemed like a cool guy. And even though I'm still a little bit upset at Foxy for yelling at me when I was 14 and confused and scared, I hope they're doing well too. And earning royalties every time someone draws their copyrighted poses. Well, that's about it. That's the story.
Earning royalties.
That's the story that has been keeping me up at nights. It was a lot to take in at 14, and to this day I still live with a strange sense of paranoia that something similar will happen again. I'll accept the commission, a super basic commission, finish it, not think nothing of it, and then suddenly a whole drama will erupt out of it, and I'll get called into question and blamed for something just because I was the artist that was hired. Like, seriously, if someone is asked to draw a basic commission, they're not responsible for doing background checks on the customer and all the references. It's just not part of the job description. unless they're super obvious and open about it, there is no way that I can be familiar with the commissioner's relationships, beliefs, political hot takes. I don't know any of that stuff. I just draw. Also, don't demand
Oh, hi,
that you
Frank.
all your commissions immediately.
I've been
A lot
good.
of
How have you been
artists
doing?
on many different projects at once just because they're working on
Maybe I can
something
shade a
else doesn't mean
little bit of it. I can shade a
and
little bit of it.
lastly, if you feel like an artist took an element from your drawing and used it in their own, be reasonable about whether or not it truly fits the description of fact. And that's all. If you like the video, leave a comment, share it with an artist friend so you would spook them from ever trying to do commissions again. I'm not even kidding. I've been thinking about making a video like this for years, but I kept putting it off because I told myself there's nobody.
Alright. There is one other video that they did that I think is really funny. I was gonna put in my playlist, and then I decided against it, but you know what? I want to watch it again because it's it's really funny. It's only 4 minutes long. What do you mean? Fine. This one's really funny.
Due to the dramatic nature of the story, I will use characters from the Shakespearean franchise, Romeo and Juliet, to represent the people within this story.
Oh my god.
Without further ado,
Not
the
Romeo and
video
Juliet.
starts now. I come home after a long day at school and hanging out with my friends to drawing chill. I get a commission request from someone. It's a guy who says he needs a gift for his online girlfriend's birthday tomorrow morning, but he can't pay right
This
away
disaster piece of a movie.
because
I've been good. Art looks awesome as per usual. Thank you.
a political conflict that I knew very much about. It was
Yeah,
all
I'm glad I got the background done tonight. I did not want to deal with that later. I love and hate this movie. Yeah, yeah.
Just how bleak the world can be. Seeing that stuff on TV really scared us.
I had a really weird phase with this Shakespeare story.
And terrified that it might escalate and spill into our small country. So my heart was very invested in the situation. I can't imagine how the guy felt. So of course I was okay with accepting the payment later. It was only like $5, and he promised he would absolutely pay me in a week.
Don't do it!
I literally spent the entire night drawing that commission, making sure every single detail looked perfect. I actually had to skip school the following day because I hadn't gotten any sleep, and I can't function without sleep. But it was so important to me to have this commission looking good. It was the one nice thing I could do for them in these hard times.
For $5!
The guy was really happy with it. He thanked me and promised to pay me later. More than a week had passed, and the guy hadn't written to me yet. It seemed like the political conflict was going towards its end and things were calming down. Maybe he forgot about me during all the chaos, and I didn't really blame him for that. I decided to give him a gentle reminder and just check up on how he's doing. He said he really wished he could pay, but he couldn't, because now they are moving away and need to spend all their funds on it. He has no money, but he'll pay me later. Oh, okay, I absolutely understand. That's fine, my $5 can wait. It's not a big deal. Way more time passes. The guy had enough time to move, but he still hadn't emailed. I hate to be that guy, but I messaged him again. He said it brings him great sorrow, but he still cannot pay right now. For his father has fallen ill and needs medicine, so they are spending all their funds on buying his father some medicine. He cannot pay right now, but he promises to pay me later. It didn't feel right that so many unfortunate circumstances are happening to this guy, but I guess I'll wait, and wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. Okay, I decided to check this guy's profile. I hadn't noticed before, but it was completely empty. Almost no activity, likes, or anything. And he had only recently created it, basically the same day that he messaged me. Almost like a burner account. And I think that's when I realized, this guy isn't paying me. He never intended to pay me. He obviously never got back to me, and I never bothered to email him. I knew what he was gonna say. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't have been an unfortunate soul. Maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe all these things really did happen to him. But everything seemed just so convenient. Even the way he spoke. You could almost hear the sad piano music in the background. I can't make any claims. But what I can say is that a lot of people are on the internet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
It brings me great sorrow. But my father is sick, and I cannot pay for my $5 commission at this time. But I will pay you later. Bro, what the hell? Be serious.
And as always, hope you have a great day and good night. Bye.
I like shading characters. It's very, very therapeutic. I like it a lot. Since they are kind of like in a different lighting, I will have to... That might be a little too dark. I'll fix it later. I just kind of threw that on for the moment. Oh, why not one more? Because I like this channel. Oh, that's a little loud. One more while I work on Norbert.
When I was in high school, I had a small group of cool, artsy online friends. In this video, I'll refer to one of them as Kitty. Kitty was a sweet person and a bit of a hopeless romantic. I remember her talking about school crushes pretty often. And sure enough, one day she happily announced she had a boyfriend. An online boyfriend, who she talked to on Discord. In this video, I'll refer to the boyfriend as Stuart. The whole friend group was super excited for Kitty and eager to meet Stuart, so we all added him on Discord and DM'd a little hello. Hey, I'm Kitty's friend, Wowza. Sorry, wrong pic. It's okay. Hi, Wowza. Isn't Kitty the best? Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice dude, and we hit it off just fine. I wanted to be friends with Kitty's boyfriend, so we could all be a cool, happy high school friend squad like in the movies.
Like
Kitty
in the
was a sensitive,
movies!
emotional person, so it was nice to see her have such a sensitive and emotional boyfriend. They had matching profile pictures and talked about each other constantly. Seemed like I couldn't have a conversation with Stuart without him bringing up Kitty randomly. But most people are like that when deeply in love. But on the other hand, most people can exist without their partner too. Whenever Kitty was
Stuart, the use of Stuart.
would go into a panic. He'd become paranoid that he did something wrong, or that something had happened to her. Now in his defense, Kitty had a lot of bad days. It was important to check on her often to make sure she's okay. But also Kitty was a normal human being who had a life outside the internet. I fucked up massively. Can you talk to Kitty? Okay, never mind, she was just asleep. So, I would just try to calm him down and
Reminds me of an ex I know. Oh boy.
so much. I don't want to judge a
Oh,
teen
no.
what might be his first relationship. It's clear he was trying really hard to be a good boyfriend. Man, chill, I'm sure she's just busy. Even if she got upset at you, it wouldn't mean the world is over. Just talk it out later. I guess you're right. Thanks, Wowza. Anyway, Kitty broke up with him. They were together for like a month, maybe, I don't remember. I also don't remember why they broke up. It's like high school, who cares? So as you can imagine, Stuart didn't take it very well. Now, even though I was mostly just his ex-girlfriend's friend, I felt really bad for him. He didn't cheat on Kitty or mistreat her. Sounded to me like it just didn't work out. Since he was so sad and we had a little bit of a friendship, I decided to try to comfort him through this.
He was so
breakup.
sad.
Hey, dude, it's gonna be okay. I messed up so bad, Wowza. Kitty was my everything. Aw, come on. I don't know how I'll go on now. She was the best girlfriend in the universe, and I lost her because I'm a terrible person. Oh no, this shit happened.
Oh no.
It's okay, you'll get over it. He would just send me messages like this. I need help. Thank you for trying to help me, but I'm just done with life. I'm done trying. Everyone heals differently. so I tried to give him comfort and space and time. But after a while, I started feeling like he seriously needs to snap out of it. I loved Kitty so much, and now I'll never love again, and I'm going to die alone. Sir, you are 15. You have your whole life ahead of you. Actually, I'm 16. Oh, sorry, my bad. You are 16. You have your whole life ahead of you. Some friends told me to just cut him off at that point, but that felt like a very mean thing to do to someone who had a fear of being alone. I felt like an older sister to him. Even if he was a little annoying, I didn't want anything bad to happen to him. He was homeschooled, so I knew he didn't see any school friends regularly. He also didn't seem to have access to therapy or counseling, or even very
Let's
supportive
see how
parents.
that looks for
I
a
would
shade
try
of
my best
white.
to give him some good advice.
Maybe.
Like, to not have all your happiness rest on the shoulders of your partner. It's not fair or realistic to you or your partner. Focus on improving yourself. It can be a lot of fun and
Maybe a
motivate
bit of
you
a
to keep
cooler
going.
shade.
You are not as terrible as you think you are. You are a very caring person, and you have your whole life ahead of you. You have all the potential in the world to do great things. Wow, Wowza. Thanks for caring about me. You're so nice and patient and understanding. You're so beautiful. No problem, dude. And what was that last part? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by beautiful? You literally don't know what I look like. We only text. Well, send me a picture then. That's not you. You don't know that. Well, I just know you're beautiful. You're so nice and caring, and you always help me. I just know you're beautiful. I do not like where this is going. Thanks, man. I'm gonna go clean my litter box now. And don't call people you haven't seen beautiful. It's kind of random and a bit weird, so yeah. I wasn't used to people saying crap like that to me at the time. I mean, I looked like this, so...
Homeschooled, he kind of sounds like my youngest brother. Same way with relationships, and he's really bad at them. Oh no. Yeah.
So I genuinely didn't know how to respond. I felt paralyzed with awkwardness. At first I tried to play it off as a joke and hope he gets the hint. Disclaimer to girls, don't do this, it doesn't work. Hey, quick question. Are you an angel? Yeah, I fell off a cloud. I fell flat on my face, that's why I have a flat chest and my face looks the way it does. Sorry, been waiting to say that response ever since I thought of it. Flat chests are amazing. Well, your face looks amazing. I know it does. I'm in your room right now. And it's fine, it honestly made me laugh, but seriously, you always make me feel better.
The cringe stun, Luxie, oh my god.
No, dummy. I wasn't actually in my room when you wrote that. I was on the bus. So get fact checked. Disclaimer to boys. Don't write shit about girls' bodies before you even get up. That shit finna land you in jail someday. I did try to make it clear I wasn't
shit gonna land you in jail someday.
comfortable by his remarks, but on the other hand, I still talked to him whenever he was having a breakdown. I didn't know what else to do. To just ignore his concerning messages felt wrong to me, but to be nice to him also felt wrong. When I wasn't trying to explain why he will find love eventually, I was also explaining to him why we can't be together. Sir, you literally don't know anything about me, including how I look. Or my interests. We kinda only just talk when you're sad. Yeah, I know you. You're super nice and caring and beautiful. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Look, buddy, you're too young for me anyway, so sorry. I don't see that as an issue. I've talked to older women. Wait, I'm sorry, how much older? Like 20s, 30s. Age doesn't bother me. It kinda should. You're still a teenager. Adults could take advantage of you. Aren't you worried? I'm not worried. Hello, I need an adult. I'm getting harassed by a 16-year-old on Discord. If this video is getting boring, I'm sorry, but our whole freaking relationship was just this BS on loop. He is sad, I cheer him up, he hits on me, I tell him to stop, he is sad. until one day I was getting really freaking annoyed with him never listening to me, and I straight up started a fight. Yo, look, dude.
Straight up started a fight.
I don't even think you want to get better at this point. You can, but you just choose not to. What? That's not true. How could you be so insensitive? I'm going through a hard time. Yeah, you've been going through a hard time for months. Hey, you're being and I tell you the exact same freaking crap all over. I thought you were nice. I thought I could rely on you. Look, kid, you need to start growing up. Don't acting very immature. You know what? Goodbye, Wowza. He blocked me? He blocked me. I felt like responsibility was lifted off my shoulders. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Yeah, it's one of them underwhelming endings to story times.
Lord.
So I had a lot of mixed feelings when making the script. On one hand, I wanted to rant and crack jokes and draw this dude as Stuart Little.
Have you seen the girlfriend fairy video? I don't think I have.
Resolution, and it's not even that funny.
How long is it?
So I considered abandoning.
I might throw it on real quick.
But then I was like, no. At the very least, I think it's important to talk about this because a lot of people are stuck in emotional dependency-based relationships, and I think it's important to recognize it and change the cycle. It is completely okay to vent to your friends when you're down. They want to help. The problem was that I was just a temporary band-aid to
5 minutes? Okay.
I was trying to help this dude, but instead of improving his mental state, I was just hurting my own. I was so scared of being a bad friend that I trapped myself in a situation that drained me emotionally. It was not worth it. It was not helpful. I also don't think it's inherently bad if one of your main goals in life is to find love. But geez, no goal should make you so miserable. And just because someone is showing basic empathy and care doesn't mean you two are meant to be. I don't know if there's any other solution than to distance yourself from this person and get someone more professional involved. If you think I could have handled it better, I would genuinely be so happy if you left a comment with suggestions, both to younger me and Stuart, and well, anyone who comes across that comment. Life has a lot of
It's by Let Me Explain Studios. Okay.
But I would love to spread some good ones. So, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Stuart.
Give me 1 second. And I have to get up again. We're ending the stream in like 2 minutes. You can wait. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
My love life. Yeah, let's talk about my love life here for a moment. And that's about the amount of time that it takes to talk about it, a moment. Because my love life is non-existent. I could go off about why that is, but in the interest of not completely scaring off any future love interest, we won't be riding Trip Through Rebecca's Emotional Baggage today. Instead, I'm going to talk about this weird phenomenon that has happened to me, I want to say, at least 5 times recently. And by the time something happens for the 5th time, it becomes a pattern. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, and before I go any further, I realize that this old video has caused a little bit of confusion. Trust me, honey, I don't see any men, period, let alone someone else's husband. Here is my grand non-reveal of the sex that I'm attracted to. Sorry, ladies, but I'm straight. Though I think you're all beautiful, while I haven't been on many dates or anything, I still periodically get guys who flirt with me. Sometimes they're guys I've known in person, and sometimes they're guys I've only ever known online. It's been a lot of the latter lately. But here is the gist of what happens. A guy I know well enough will flirt with me for a little while. Usually in my DMs on social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. Nothing spicy, just some cute banter and compliments and the general just paying attention to me kind of thing. Enough that you know it's flirting. But after a while of this, they'll just suddenly disappear or stop responding to the conversation.
Man.
And then not 3 weeks later, they will have suddenly acquired a girlfriend. What? I am not joking. I'm not naming any names, of course, but this actually happens. And it sucks, because a couple of them were guys I was kind of interested in. Except one. Oh boy, I was in the middle of getting a pedicure one day and he tweeted me that he had just found a girlfriend and I was like, woo! That was the only time this curse worked in my favor. But seriously though, you can imagine that this all began to hurt my feelings after a while. One guy after another, showing interest, disappearing, and then immediately getting a girlfriend. It made me start asking things like, what's wrong with me? Is it something I'm doing? And one
Or
day
maybe
I finally made up my mind that
they're cheating.
wow, I'm the practice girl. I've become the crash test dummy you practice your moves on, build up your confidence, and then go after the big fish. The day I figured this out, it was both amusing and disheartening, and I thought, well, I'll make a joke out of it. So the summer of 2016, I tweeted, I've noticed a pattern. Guys will flirt with me for a brief period of time in my DMs, and then immediately find a girlfriend. I'm the practice girl. Oh, woe is me, I'm so pitiful. Honestly, I posted that tweet because I thought, well, this is weird enough to be entertaining, in a schadenfreude type way. You know, getting pleasure from the fact that you can say, well, at least I'm not her. But yeah, a little part of me did post that tweet just to, well, complain. Just a smidge. I posted the tweet and immediately so many of you said such nice things to lift my spirits and I really appreciated it. But then, one of you turned the entire mood of that tweet on. @J_BiggityBar said this. So what you're saying is, if I just continue keep saying nice things to you, I might find a girlfriend. And then suddenly, all was made clear. I'm not the practice girl. I'm the girlfriend fairy! One for you, and one for you, and one for you! You get a girlfriend, and you get a girlfriend! I've lost my mind, in case you haven't noticed. No, but in all seriousness, that one humorous statement really made me feel better, and even inspired me artistically, as you can see. I don't know why that weird pattern with me and guys keeps happening, but this whole thing has really been a reminder that if you look at your problems from a funny angle, they don't look so much like problems anymore. And when you come to that place where you can just laugh at the things that get you down, they become easier to handle. It takes away a little bit of the power your problems have over you. Alright, explainers and entertainers, that's all I got. But hey, if you continue to like, comment, and subscribe, mayhaps you'll get a girlfriend too. Or a boyfriend. I don't know if my fairy magic covers those. And don't forget to click that little bell icon below to get a ping every time I upload. I'm also really talkative on Twitter, so follow me there too if you want. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta tune out. Bye!
Nice. I liked that. That was cute. Yeah, I'm gonna shade the eyes on this guy really quick. And then I'm out of here. Yoop. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Big brush. Light dusting. Okay, let's see. Neat. Now what I'm probably gonna do once I get the like the shading out of the way, I'm gonna go in with one of these, do like some backlighting right here with the moon, just like faintly. And then for the main piece, I'm gonna do like, you know, some of this. Probably put that like, what, on a separate layer and maybe overlay it. Yeah, that looks really good actually. Yeah. Oh, you know, you get the idea. You get the idea. I think it's gonna look really nice. I'm gonna try and finish this off stream. But, yeah, this is what we're working with. Really happy with the progress I made. Alrighty. I'm ready to call it. I want to make a sandwich and chill for the rest of the night. Thank you all so much for watching and chilling with me. We will be continuing our Mega Man Marathon every Wednesday until we either get Mega Man and Cross Worlds or I reach like a stopping point in the games where I just don't want to play anymore. I really want to play through 7 and see if that might be like a potential new favorite or something, but we'll see. I'm scared of stream 11. I'm probably gonna stop before I get to 11. Because I don't know about that. I'll stream 11 eventually, but that's stressful. That's a game I can't do in one sitting, like, that's for sure. But yeah, Mega Man games on Wednesday, art streams on Saturday, until I decide I have the energy to put together my Mega Man model kit, which could be next Saturday. I was just a little tired tonight and I didn't feel like getting to it at the moment, and it was good to work on commissions anyway. But yeah, that is the plan, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.